Oh boy, my favorite show. Boring. We need to be mad. We need to be angry. We're thinking too much around here, guys. How dare you? That is so cool. That is so fun. Oh my god, dude. That's so big, dude. We gotta have a better ground game to overpower the corporate media, structure, and the propaganda. I'm right on the polling. I'm right on that. That's undisputed in my mind. That's undisputed in my mind. Politics is more complicated than that. Waging political capital in an effective way. Boring. Politics is more complicated than that. That is so cool. That is so fun. Oh boy, my favorite show. Boring. We need to be mad. We need to be angry. We're thinking too much around here, guys. How dare you? That is so cool. That is so fun. Oh my god, dude. That's so big, dude. We gotta have a better ground game to overpower the corporate media, structure, and the propaganda. I'm right on the polling. I'm right on that. That's undisputed in my mind. That's undisputed in my mind. Politics is more complicated than that. Waging political capital in an effective way. Boring. Politics is more complicated than that. That is so cool. That is so fun. Oh boy, my favorite show. Boring. We need to be mad. We need to be angry. We're thinking too much around here, guys. How dare you? That is so cool. That is so fun. Oh my god, dude. That's so big, dude. We gotta have a better ground game to overpower the corporate media, structure, and the propaganda. I'm right on the polling. I'm right on that. That's undisputed in my mind. That's undisputed in my mind. Politics is more complicated than that. Waging political capital in an effective way. Boring.
Spencer,
Politics
thank
is more
you.
complicated than that. That is
I didn't
so
get
cool.
to
That is
respond
so
to you
fun.
last time I was on here. What's up, SPC, trees, quibbles? We have to fight. You are an Omega
Oh boy,
male.
my favorite show.
Sigma.
Boring. We
Sync.
need to be mad.
What's up,
we need
Sync?
to be angry. We're thinking too much around here, guys.
That's funny.
How dare
What's
you?
going on here?
That is
Debating
so
a
cool.
Confederate
That
soldier.
is so fun. Oh
There's
my
only
God,
one
dude.
viewer
That's
watching?
so big, dude.
Hey, YouTube's lying to me. There's not only one viewer watching. I know there's
we gotta
not for
have
a
a better ground
fact.
game to overpower the corporate media, structure, and the propaganda. I'm right on the polling. I'm right on that. That's undisputed in my mind.
Is this working? Can you hear me?
That's undisputed in my mind.
Can you hear me?
Politics is more
Let
complicated.
me look
than
on my phone.
Waging political capital in an effective way.
Look at my phone. See if it's working. It is working.
Politics is more complicated than
Why does it say there's 0 people watching?
that. Is so cool. That is so fun.
Why does it say there's 0 people watching? A minute ago, it dropped. Yeah, we might be having that issue. Let me see. Okay, 3 viewers. Well, that song is done. Okay. Let me close that out. God, laptops can't handle... I know there's more than 2 because more than 2 people are talking. Now it says 0 again. Is it freezing again? Let me see. Is it frozen? No. 3 now. 3 again. I can hear myself talking. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. It's not... Okay, 7. It's not giving me any indication of what's happening on screen. So sorry if it doesn't work good. I don't know what's going on. If it shuts on and off, I can't really do much about that. I will just try to record this and put it on YouTube. Up to 10 again. Okay, 10 viewers now. So it seems to be working. If it all dies again, I'm sorry. 8. Whatever. Okay. Cool. Where's this guy at? Don't like the title. I don't care if you don't like the title. Sorry. Let me drag you out of here. Yeah, 69 for sure. That'll be the day. Let me take that off. Let me drink some water. Water's a big deal. 0 viewers again. 0 concurrent viewers. 9. Want to see my screen? Here, look at it. It says I dropped to 0 viewers. Look, 0. 54 playbacks. 10 chat rate. 9 concurrent viewers up there, but 0 here. Bro. Alright, I hope it works. If it doesn't work, whatever. It is what it is.
Doesn't matter, and that's kind of the contention, is like you have some places that like require certain needs, and then other places just have completely sets of desires and needs that need to be met. So
Hello, are
it's
you ready
just
to talk?
very... Yeah,
Oh my
Jolah.
I got one
Hello.
thing though. Don't put Confederate soldier.
Okay, I'll change
that's
it.
very-
I'll
that's very
change it just
catchy.
for you. Change it just for you. I won't put Confederate soldier.
That's as if you're talking about a Union soldier. I mean, they're in my eyes the same people. Fought for the same thing, honestly though.
No, they...
Yes, they did, because it was 2 rich, powerful people pushing for the same fucking shit, which was war.
Jolah, are you going live?
I am live, actually, right now. You're all being
Okay, get out.
broadcasted to 10 people.
Yay.
Be
10
be astonished.
No. Ooh.
Versus... what should I say? Versus Tom Macdonald fan. I'll just do that, whatever.
Yeah.
He's got a Twitch channel. What is your Twitch name?
Impulse JF.
Impulse. Okay, I'm gonna drag you over to the other channel.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Hey, love you guys. Take it easy.
How nice. Okay, I gotta get this chat up on my phone. We're all fighting for the same thing, baby! The North and the South, the Confederacy and the Union were just fighting for the same thing, bro. Like, chill. Come on, bro. Same thing. Same thing. They were both fighting wars. Yeah. They're all pushing for wars. Okay, wait. Alright, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go lock my door to my room so nobody walks in. My one friend likes to walk in my room sometimes
Alright.
without telling me, so I'm gonna make sure he doesn't do that. I'm just kidding. He's probably watching. Yeah, but actually, I'm gonna go get something real quick. I'll be right back. Say hi to if you talk, people can hear you, so say hi to them. They can see your name in the top left of my screen, and you could probably check that out too.
Alrighty, appreciate it. Got a little thing going on right now with myself.
Okay, okay. I'm back. Hello?
Oh, okay. I've got something going on.
Oh
My
no.
daughter just pulled in. But
Can you still chat, or should I bring somebody
yeah,
else in?
I can chat if you. I mean, it won't be, but maybe 10 minutes.
Okay, you go do that. I'll pull up
If
another
that.
video to look at.
Alrighty.
I wonder if that other guy will come back to talk. Let me tag him.
Okay.
All right, yeah. Take care of that. All right, let me ask this other guy to come in here. There was somebody that was talking about the Jewish question in there. Maybe he'll be cringy. I have to wait for Impulse to get done with his child that decided to hop in the room. Maybe I can. Okay, let me look for somebody in this. You want to talk SPC? Are you free? If you're still watching. Um, did anybody see about the Hasan controversy? Oh, Impulse joined here again. Oh no. Hello.
Huh. Never mind. Just don't even worry about it, buddy.
What's
Just
up? Do you need
don't
me?
even worry. Don't even worry about it. How
About what?
you kind of spoke spoke right there. That just how you spoke right there. I don't like.
What did I say? He left. What is he? What is he talking about? I didn't say anything about him. Okay, I'm gonna tell this guy to join. How's everybody doing? What a shame. I can make a. Oh, I said SPC. If you want to chat about Tom Macdonald, you could hop on. If you wanted to. The person I was gonna talk to had a rain check. He's scared. So there is a big socialist content creator by the name of Hasan. This guy does Twitch streams and everything. And apparently he bought like a $4 million house, and people are calling it hypocritical of him for buying that house and talking about caring about poor people and rich people paying higher taxes. Here, I'll pull you in. Anybody heard of that guy? $2.7 million.
Okay, I'm with you.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what up, man? That one fella you had on here was confusing the hell out of me, man.
Yeah, he joined Discord and got mad at me and wanted to talk about some issues. I don't know. A lot of people attacked me over the Tom Macdonald reaction video, like usual. I do it on purpose now, though. I want the pain. I literally titled it, "Liberal Dominates Tom Macdonald," and people just feel the need to get super butthurt over it and just cry about it, and get really mad at me. So.
I really don't understand that, man.
What's your opinion on
Like, why can't you have one opinion?
Well, I think
Like, if you don't like his music or something about it that you see as wrong, like, why do you have to have the same feeling as, say, I do? Like, if I hear something and I think it's pretty dope, that don't mean you have to like it. It doesn't affect the song or my feelings about it one way or the other. Why are people so sensitive? The same thing they accuse you of being sensitive, butthurt, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's literally what they're doing. Like, you must like what we like. That ain't, no, all right?
Yeah, my
That
reaction
ain't what none of that
is
shit's about.
I'm not even reacting emotionally or anything. I'm not getting mad over anything. I'm just saying like, hey, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
this is pretty. I think this is a dumb argument. Like
It is.
he
Did you look at
does.
that link I sent you? I don't mean to interrupt you, but did you look at that link I sent you on Discord?
Oh, no,
That
I didn't
was
get
a
to.
Facebook link. Dude, can you pull that up and show that to people? Because at the end of that, it's 5 minutes long. You can skip to about like the last minute of it where he starts explaining that not everybody's going to agree with him. And if people are bashing other people over his music, that those are the actual people that are brainwashed. Like, that's the cut and dry of it. And he literally described everybody in your comments talking about how you're the bad guy.
Yeah, I'll look at it. My computer's pretty slow, but the one thing about him and what he does in his music is he will do an entire song literally like hating on one side. He hasn't ever criticized. I mean, maybe he has like 1% of the time, but he doesn't criticize both sides of the political aisle or whatever. It's always like, why are we talking about BLM? Why are we talking about Black History Month? Why are we talking about Pride Month? Why are we talking about transgender people? Why are we talking about all these social issues? It's always about that. He doesn't make many videos about like, how dare these pharmaceutical companies let opioids be, dispersed into rural communities, and they get a bunch of people addicted to pills, and they profit off of it while people die. He never talks about like actual political issues and things that can be solved. It's all culture issues that aren't really based in any fact or reality, things that cannot be fixed by policies. He just says a lot of emotional things. And people react to it and love it because it fits their cultural model. If he made a song called, I don't know, everybody should come together at the bottom and fight the powerful, that'd be a little bit different. But he doesn't do that. He attacks groups that historically haven't really had power. Even if, like, some corporations fly rainbow flags now, that doesn't mean they actually care about gay people or whatever. They do that because they make money off of it.
Of course.
I don't understand why, like, if you want more respect for soldiers, that doesn't mean you have to hate on black or gay people. Like, there were laws in this country that made being gay and being black illegal for a long time. And a lot of people don't know about that stuff that happened in this country.
Well, I'll tell you what I think on that one. Like, I think the comparison specifically in Brainwash that he made on that, I mean, I know he's touched on that on other songs, but of course the most recent is Brainwash. So, I guess that's kind of what we're going over. I didn't take it, rather. Now, I don't know how other people did, but this was my personal perspective on it, is he wasn't necessarily saying there shouldn't be a Pride Month, but he was saying that there should be more time spent on educating people on what soldiers do. And as a veteran, I can kind of assimilate with that, but at the same time, as a veteran, and I may be in a few, maybe everybody feels this way, or maybe I'm the only one, I don't know. I looked at it as I picked the 9 to 5 that I wanted to do. Obviously, it's not a 9 to 5, but that's just the job that I chose to do for the time that I did serve, right? So I don't need any special recognition. I don't need to go to the comedy clubs and everybody's like, veterans stand up and be recognized. Like, I don't need all that. I don't stand up. I continue to sit there and drink my drink or eat my food or enjoy the show. I don't need anybody to wave at me or tell me thank you for my service. I mean, I get it. I get all that. And people that were in like Vietnam or Korea, maybe they need to hear those words. And with all right, and maybe people in recent wars need to hear those words, and they have that right. Me personally, I don't feel like I need that buff up, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
but
I don't need a whole month to learn about what happened during the time I served or whatever. But maybe some other veterans would like to be recognized for longer than just Memorial Day or Veterans Day. And that's what I felt like he was trying to get at. Not that we shouldn't have a Pride Month, but why don't we have a military month?
But we do. I forget. I think it's like let me look up what the month is. But we have days where we celebrate things like the military. But what confuses me about a lot of this is someone like, and I know the most popular person to bring up is like a Bernie Sanders, but someone like Bernie Sanders being so anti-war his entire career is hated by a lot of people who are more conservative. And somebody like Trump, who flipped his position on Afghanistan because Biden is the one that pulled us out instead of him, You know,
Yeah, no,
someone like him
I
is
definitely
adored.
100% agree with you on
Like
that.
when you have somebody principled against war, like Martin Luther King Jr. was super against war. He was super against worker exploitation. But that stuff isn't remembered. And when I think about like soldiers and stuff, like yes, things like Vietnam should be remembered, especially the mistakes we made there, and we replicated those
Absolutely.
mistakes in Afghanistan and Iraq. But also when we study World War II, and I've studied a lot about these wars when I was in like high school and middle school history classes. We never
Hmm.
spoke about how like black people and even Jewish people during these wars were forced. Well, Jewish people, you know, you can't hide being black, but Jewish people during like World War II, as they were being genocided in Germany, they had to hide that they were Jewish among
Right.
American ranks. When they were fighting for America, because we had a big neo-Nazi population in America that
Hmm.
supported a lot of what Hitler did, and even the general public wasn't really for um, Jewish people, and also black soldiers. They had to serve in different,
Yeah, they had to have their own units. I
yeah,
remember
in
that.
different units, and then when they fought, if they survived, they came back and they were still considered second and third class citizens
They're
legally
even
in the
shot
United
down by
States.
some of our own people
And look at
because
the
they knew their
GI
unit
Bill.
insignia.
Look at what happened
Like,
with black people in the GI Bill stuff. Like they got so
I
so
don't
many
know
less
about that one. What?
benefits. Oh, I could send you some sources on like how many black
Oh
people
yeah,
just got
definitely do
passed
that.
over.
Yeah,
When
I'm
it
not
comes
saying
to
that it
those
didn't happen. I was just saying that's something I didn't know that the GI Bill had affected them differently. I just thought it was the same across the board, honestly.
oh
I
yeah,
mean, I
no,
was
they
sure
were
in
passed
past
over.
times it did, but
And that's something in Black
wow.
history that I wish they would teach more. Because I think a lot of Black History Month has been like co-opted by corporations, and it's about like
Oh,
how can we make
100%.
money off of Black people and social causes, and the same thing with
Pride
with
Month will
Pride Month.
eventually be that way if it isn't already.
Um, it was a million Black World War II veterans. I can send you the link. It's from history.com.
Hmm.
It's titled "How the GI Bill's Promise Was Denied to a Million Black World War II Veterans."
Holy crap.
So when we talk about that stuff, people don't know about that. And like I said a second ago, like a big bank talking about BLM, or like it was so funny during the BLM protests, the big bank CEOs that probably screwed over so many black people during their lives with redlining and everything, and other financial policies that are terrible for black people and poor people in general. They were kneeling in front of their bank vaults on national television as if they gave a shit about actually helping black people and social causes or whatever. And I want people to learn about the GI Bill being denied to black Americans because people don't know about that. Maybe they
No,
would
I didn't.
understand that
And I
that
even
would.
went through, like, we had to do some history, like, to get in. Like, that's part of basic training is a little bit of history. I mean, it's 1 week, but it's like all freaking day for 7 days, right? Um, and that's nothing like that. Nothing about the segregated forces. Like, of course, I knew that when that had happened when I joined up, but that wasn't included even in military education to the military. Does that make sense?
Um, yeah,
Like they weren't even talking about that to us, even though we briefly went from World War One all the way up to where we are now, as far as like strategies and stuff like that, and even elite units and what it takes to be in them and stuff like that. And it didn't talk about that there was different units for black people and stuff like that.
well,
And I
that's
didn't know
why.
anything about but Jewish people having to hide their stuff. Like, did you say that was in the American military that they had to hide that even here?
Yeah.
Dang.
Actually, the study of eugenics, which is basically like how can we find the perfect genetic patterns and everything? How can we perfectly select for the perfect human? You know, like the Aryan race, blue eyes and blonde hair and everything. Americans with our racial conflicts and everything, eugenics was actually created by American scientists, and many Holocaust scientists learned from American eugenicists about how eugenics works. And
Hmm.
that was an inspiration for what they did during the Holocaust. Asperger's, Asperger's, he was a scientist. And he was trained in like selecting out how can we find which people are autistic and who are like having mental issues, so we can sort them out of the gene pool and kill them as well. So they wanted to kill Jewish people. They wanted to kill people who are neurodivergent, who weren't, neurally, I don't want to say normal, but who did not have any impairments or anything. They wanted to make sure black people, they did not like black people. They wanted to kill all the socialists and Democrats, and that's a different topic. But yeah, the study of eugenics came from the U.S. and we don't want to talk about that in America. So when I hear like many politicians call for more patriotic education, I think we should have overall education about literally everything. So like if they want us to compare America to like China and Cuba and like some third world countries, I don't think that makes any sense, but that seems to be what people want to do instead of comparing America to what a country should be, or like America to other first world countries, or even comparing America to America where we used to be. Because I genuinely think people don't know that. So when I guess a liberal, and mind you, I don't think many liberals know what they're talking about. Many of the much of the time.
You've shown that. I told you last time. I think you're more independent than you are left, man.
But
because you get hate from both sides for voicing your opinion.
But the thing is, like, when a liberal person says you're a racist to like a Trump supporter, that person may have never heard certain things about American history, and maybe that liberal is out of touch and they're from a suburb too, so they don't understand how like a white guy from rural America would get the beliefs he has currently. So I think there's a disconnect there as well. But
I do want to point out one thing, because your name still says Confederate soldier. First of all, I'm not the guy that was originally going to talk here, so I'm by no means Confederate or Confederate soldier. I am in Tennessee. However, I don't hold any Confederate belief other than the fact that the Confederacy was traitors, and I don't understand why they celebrate their flag. I do want to point that out because I feel like I might be getting bashed in the comments. I'm also not conservative as much as I am independent. Whoever, Lewis Black said it best, when you're picking a political party, you've got two pieces of shit, and you're just deciding which one smells best. So which one smells best is who gets my vote. I don't vote primarily Republican. I vote for the person that makes sense. So there's that. Just wanted to be a little clear about that.
That's one big thing that scared me about Trump. Just not only a lot of what he pushes for, but the people that showed up like for the Capitol thing, not even the outcome of the Capitol thing. Are you familiar with Charlottesville, with the Confederate statues and stuff? Yeah. The thing with that for me is whenever this stuff happens, it's usually not people showing up who are like, this is heritage, not hate. It's usually not people like that. It's literal, the phrase neo-Nazi means like, you know, Americans that like wish they were more like Nazis in Germany or whatever. They love the look that they have, their style and everything. But there are people that show up with tiki torches, and there were a couple people wearing shirts that said Auschwitz on it, and they were carrying swastikas. So you see swastikas and Confederate flags show up to defend Confederate monuments, and you see swastikas and Confederate flags show up to defend or to like attack the Capitol. And the idea that there is a strong force of people in our country that believe in those ideologies scares me, and it also causes me to worry, because I feel like a lot of people are supporting them accidentally, because they sort of just like support. They don't like liberals, they don't like Democrats, they don't like BLM, they don't like LGBT, they don't like any of that. But due to that, they're gonna fall in line with whatever like Trump's party wants. So maybe they'll go on Facebook and get drawn into a weird Facebook group that really does believe in really, really, really messed up stuff. And all of a sudden, this person who just doesn't like BLM can be believing in like really, really radical, literal neo-Nazi beliefs, because they were just like pushed into that place, because our politics really is divided and the rhetoric is really divisive in general. If they go on CNN and MSNBC, those pundits really are wealthy elite like suburban liberal types. It's not like the normal Democrat that is working class from urban areas that like just wants better healthcare or whatever. So they vote for Democrats who are going to promise better healthcare. A lot of the people who represent liberal media and stuff really are like Rachel Maddow. Oh my God, dude. So out of touch. Joy Reid on MSNBC. I don't know if you know any of these people, but oh my God, they are so out of
I
touch.
know the second one.
They look
the
down.
first name you just said,
But they
I
really
don't know.
do look down on Americans who are not like super educated and everything. Like and it makes me mad because I come up with a message that sounds similar. Because they have all the imagery. You know, they say they care about fixing things for poor people. They say they care about fixing racial issues. But in reality, they're fine as long as they're going to be able to sit in their big mansions and they're going to be able to go to Obama's birthday party during a pandemic and have 500 people there. Like they're
Yeah.
fine. You know, they're fine. They don't care about any of this. They just want to look like they care. That's all that matters to them. So when I talk about
the
this
look
stuff,
the look is more important than the action in today's
yeah,
world.
but I
and
talk
and
about
that's the
this
problem
stuff.
on all the parties.
And people think I'm them when they hear me talk in good faith about these things, and I actually cite my sources and I say, hey, for veterans, Trump wanted to defund veteran Medicaid and Medicare, or no, it was the VA healthcare. He wanted to make it more private, which some people said would make it better, but it would only make it better for veterans who had a lot of money. Oh my God, poor veterans would have been screwed in Trump's budget.
Yeah, he double tapped that because that's the second piece, and he didn't get it done. The first thing he did, and it did help, is he revamped the top of the vets. Like they all had to resign of the Veterans Affairs and some hospitals, namely Walter Reed, and there was some changes there. But what I have to tell people, like even in my family that voted for Trump, is he did not do that crap by himself. Hell, he probably didn't come up with the idea. He's just the guy that ended up speaking about it because it takes a whole lot more than one person to say, hey, this needs to get done for it to get done. And people don't realize that. They think, oh, the president said it, so he must have been the one to do it. Well, no, that isn't the case. He's the one that talked about it. But there was a change there, and then he tried to change all that up and go on to private. But the one thing he did do that I didn't know about is now military families, people that are rated 100% disabled, right? Their families now have a copay. That was not the case 8 years ago and further on. Like, if you were 100% disabled and you were married and you had a child, your immediate family, which would be your spouse and your kid, would have medical care just like you do at no cost to you, right? Now that's not the case. Now they have to pay a copay. While their guy or their woman or their whatever went overseas and did serve their country, but now they come back and they still got a copay. And I think immediate military families are just as much military as the guy that went over. I mean, no, they didn't risk their lives, but they stayed true to whoever they were with that was in the military.
I would say even the same for like somebody who has I guess like cancer or something, how their families have to deal with their family member having cancer. And when I look at healthcare in general, America is the only developed country where healthcare debt is a thing. There's over like $100 billion in healthcare debt in America. And this is weak people who had an illness happen to them by no fault of their own, but now they have medical debt they're going to be paying off literally their entire lives. And that simply doesn't exist in any other country. You
No.
don't need a full Bernie Sanders healthcare plan, but there is a way to make it so that people are not being preyed upon by these giant corporations. The free market, when you talk about making something private instead of government owned, the idea of a free market working would be these companies are going to compete, which is going to lower prices, and it's going to make them compete for lower prices and better services. But in healthcare, if you're a wounded veteran or something, or if you're a disabled vet who has a family who's probably not in the best condition, if you're in those positions, they're going to be preying upon you because you have no choice but to get healthcare. Like, you're not just going to die. Well, what are you going to do? Are you going to let yourself die or be chronically ill, or are you going to take on paying $100 a month for the rest of your life? Which one of those two
Mhm.
things are you going to do? Healthcare doesn't work as a free market because companies can charge you anything without like a government stepping in. And one big thing about that is um, I think people's concerns with the government, and this is somewhere where people disagree with me, and you are libertarian leaning, you said before. I think a
Right.
lot of the issues with the government are who owns the government and who has power in government.
Absolutely.
Every civilized society throughout like human existence needs a governing body of some sort. So like if somebody breaks into your house, how do we know you own something? Well, cops will come and arrest them. If somebody breaches a contract you have with them, what's going to happen? Oh, cops are going to arrest them, or we have a lot of state power that can come crashing down on people.
Like civil lawsuits and
If you
things.
have civil lawsuits, yeah, we have court systems for a reason. People need order of some sense. But what's happening in America, that is my big issue, and why I support people like Bernie Sanders, even if I don't agree with every single policy. I don't
Mhm.
think the government is owned by people enough. So when I see somebody who is basically like, hey, I have all grassroots donations, only grassroots donations. I'm not taking any big money whatsoever. I usually can trust that person, even if I disagree with them, they're going to give a good faith effort to
Right.
improve the lives of people. But when people get
Well, that's why I
involved,
went for Joe Jorgensen. Like I didn't, like you with Bernie, I did not agree with everything that she stood on that she was going to go for, but that's who I would have preferred to have won this past election.
okay,
Like she
so
was my preference.
one big thing that I wish I could convince you on would be that even if you don't like them, I still do think Democrats are better for a couple key reasons. So,
Go ahead.
number one, I live in rural America. I think we talked about that before.
Yeah.
So, the free market, so like Amazon, Facebook, like all these big companies, they want to bring jobs and invest in areas that they're going to make money in. And what happened with rural America, whether it's like coal, whether it's oil, whether it's whatever natural resource was extracted from rural America, manufacturing, these things all left because it wasn't profitable anymore. So rural America is dying right now because it's not
Right.
profitable for the free market to invest in rural America. So the free market
Oh, you
says
definitely.
basically everybody should live in a box in a city, and everybody should be living in an Amazon warehouse in a city. Everybody should be living within 1 foot of each other because that is efficient. That is good for profits. I personally don't believe in that. So in rural America, the only way to spur growth and to keep people living there and healthy is through things like government investment. And by government investment, I mean people-owned spending. So, for example, this Biden bipartisan infrastructure package that they're pushing, that the Senate agreed on, that literally only focuses on bridges, roads, pipes for water, and all of that infrastructure stuff. That those jobs are things that we can invest in rural America. It's a way to get money to rural America. The one thing the Democrats want to do with free community colleges, if you want companies to invest in your areas, um, if you want productivity and if you want growth where you are with labor, labor is a resource. Right now, a lot of businesses are having trouble finding work.
Sure.
But you want to have good workers too. So if we said, hey, we are going to invest money so more people can go to community college in rural America, we are going to stop spending money in other areas, like giving Amazon huge tax breaks that they don't need. And we're going to stop taxing small businesses as a result too, as much because Amazon's going to pay their fair share or something. If we can have a system where we pay more people to be community college professors, if we could pay people to work at technical schools, teaching about how to fix cars and how to be electricians, how to operate simple robotics, stuff like that, we create jobs teaching people how to teach people. And then the people that are taught are going to be better workers. And those better workers can now do more jobs. And those jobs can now be better implemented in places like rural America. And guess what? Now we have roads and bridges that connect rural America to the rest of the country. And we have trains and we have a bunch of things that will connect rural America to the rest of the country. All of this that I'm talking about needs to be done through a government like injection of money. And Democrats
Mhm.
are the only people, even if I disagree with a lot of what they do, they are the only party, because we only have two that are like, big in America
Right.
right now. They are the only party pushing for that. So for my area survival, I need to vote for them. I need to make sure I'm voting for them because I don't care if they're doing it out of the good of their hearts. Something is making them do this. They're being pressured to do this by people like maybe like Bernie or something. I'll take those good
I can see
things
it.
rather than like I'm just gonna vote third party. Maybe Trump will win. Maybe Biden will win. They both suck. Even if you don't like both of them, there are policies that like one's gonna push for that the other is not gonna push for. Like Trump talked about infrastructure for his entire presidency. He didn't do anything on that front, and he's been president. He was president for 4 years. He still, it's kind of impressive, to be honest. He still does not have a healthcare plan. After 6 years of like being a politician, he still does not have a healthcare plan. He talked about how Obamacare is bad, which I don't like what Obamacare does, although I think it's better than
I
it was
told you last
before.
time the only thing that scared me about Obamacare,
Yeah,
and
what
that
was
was I got a letter. Like, okay, so if anybody listening to this has ever, and this is going back to VA healthcare for military service members, if left or right, Democrat, Republican, Independent, it is not going to matter. If you know somebody who has served, go ahead, ask them about their care in the VA. If they take advantage of that and they get health care through the VA, you will not hear good things. You just will not. And I got a letter in the mail back when the Universal Health Care Plan came into law, and it said that I had equal than or better health care than the Universal Health Care Plan, and that terrified me. I had my leg crushed back in 2007, like almost to the point of amputation. Luckily, they were able to fix it. I have a titanium rod in my left leg, and the VA was like, okay, we're going to take that thing out in a year. Then the year came up. I went and I met with the surgeon. They said, okay, we're waiting on VA approval. 1 year after that, I got to go see the surgeon again. Now, the hole that they put that titanium rod in, just below my knee, had grown over. So they would have had to break my leg again just to get that rod out. And I told them, I was like, if it's okay to stay in my body, y'all ain't breaking my leg again. That just isn't happening. So it's still currently right now at this moment still in my leg with a big screw sticking out the side. Not out visible or whatever, but it's in the side of my kneecap. And so when you have healthcare that is comparable to an already shit system, yeah, you got to do better than that. I am all for universal healthcare. Most countries don't have to pay for it, and yes, they have their problems and stuff like that. You can bring up wait periods, you can bring up this, you can bring up that, but they're also not having their citizens having to have $20,000 and $40,000 in debt just to have needful things to happen, like to take care of them and make them well and keep their citizens, healthy.
Yeah, with all the money.
I don't know why anybody isn't looking at that. And yeah, Trump touted on that. His cult touted on that. And at this point, yes, I will call them a cult because that's what they are. There's a lot of people here in where I live in Tennessee, just another fucking hole in the wall, that still have Trump 2020 flags flying from the back of their pickup trucks. And I have to laugh and point as I pass because not only do I not fear them, but they do genuinely make me laugh. Like, it isn't a forced laughter. It's truly hilarious. Like, they still believe that that's their president or something, and he never gave a shit one way or the other. He wanted the office for title.
That's
That is
the
why
scary
Trump wanted
thing
the office.
about certain leaders. You can tell when they have mentalities that make like a power hungry leader, like somebody who wants to be like a dictator type, somebody who wants ultimate power, somebody who believes they should have ultimate power. And not only do they believe it, but also their followers do. So like a lot of people do think he's acting on behalf of God. which is kind of scary to me because when people are too focused on adoring one individual, and when I say I love like Bernie Sanders, I like him based on what he fights for. The material
Mhm.
things he pushes for and his principles. I don't like him because he says big words and makes me feel angry. That's not why I ever liked him. Um, but people pay attention to like BLM. They pay attention to LGBT issues. They get really scared about these things. They get really scared about like trans people. They get freaked out about it. They think America's being taken over, which kind of
Why do you think that is, though? Like, what do you think the psychology behind that fear? Because that goes beyond fear of the unknown, right? Because that's initially what people thought people were afraid of, like black people or people from other countries or whatever. The fear of the unknown, what they're capable of, or what they want to do. At this point, it's simply ignorance.
well,
No, chosen stupidity. It's no longer ignorance because people do fucking know better.
well, there has been rapid social change, which scares people. So when you're in our country and, for example, trans people, that's such a new thing, and that has progressed more radically than any like liberation movement in American history, whether that be gay, black, like whatever. There's a lot of changes happening right now, and also corporate America is now on the side of BLM and LGBT. They were not 15 years ago. They were definitely not, but now they are because it's a majority opinion, so they can make more money off of it. I do
Oh,
think
yeah,
it
definitely.
is cultural anxiety. It is fear of the other. Tucker Carlson right now, every single night, is doing
Jesus
segments
Christ.
on how white people are being replaced in America and American
Yeah, I
values
read
are being
about that.
torn apart. Dude, since
I
Biden
didn't
took
think you could get
office,
stupider, bro. I did
since
not think you could
Biden
get
took
stupider.
office, barely anything has I know the Afghanistan stuff is happening now, but the moment he took office, they were freaking out. He is a boring person. He really is so boring. He doesn't have these radical viewpoints. He's not like he whenever he talks about Republicans, he's like, I know my colleagues don't agree with me on this issue, but we're going to come to a resolution. Like he doesn't people are freaking out about this, saying things like my suburbs are going to be taken over or my rural areas are going to be taken over. And that's what they say when they see a person who's not white. If you live in a community that's 99% white your entire life, like I come from, and you're told
And
your
I do
entire
too.
life that black people are dangerous, you're told your entire life that immigrants are dangerous, people don't even know that immigrants and even illegal immigrants have a lower crime rate than natural citizens, naturalized or natural born citizens. People don't even know
Right.
about this. They're just told that, oh, these Mexicans are rapists and killers. Like, that is the moment that he had his springboard because people are taught these viewpoints and they're never, they
And
don't
then he
meet
said them
people.
out loud. They were the new hot button topics.
Yeah, well, if you never meet somebody who's an immigrant, or if you never meet somebody that's black, or if you never talk to them, you're gonna be more likely to be afraid of them. That's why the biggest indicator for voting for Mr. Trump, it wasn't economic background. The biggest indicator, by
No.
the way, a lot of people did vote for Trump because he was a economic populist. Like he spoke like, I'm gonna fight for the little guy. I don't mean every Trump supporter is racist, but a good
Hey,
percentage.
he got me the first time. I mean, I'll admit that to anybody,
Yeah, a
and I
lot of
can
people
say
can
I
vote.
can say that I regret my vote, but I looked at him like a possibly a businessman, and like, their
Yeah,
country owes a
sure.
lot of freaking money.
Yeah, I
Maybe
don't
he can
blame
do a
people for
thing.
that. I don't blame people for that. But the biggest predictor overall, and when I say this, I mean the 40% of the party, maybe the 30% or whatever of the party who treats him like a saint or like a Jesus type person.
Oh,
Um,
jeez.
it is over all of these cultural issues. And I had a bigger point to
Yeah,
make, but um, oh my God, I just lost my train of thought for
I'm
a
sorry.
second there. But yeah, people can be sort of like lost in the sauce about what he's saying. But the biggest predictor of if you're going to vote for him is how diverse the community is you're growing up in. That's why a lot of suburbs went to him. A lot of all white suburbs and all white rural areas went to him. Economically, poor communities were more likely to vote for Clinton during that election, and also for Biden during this last election. And Clinton, we all know how bad she was, but poor people still voted for her at a higher rate than they did for the billionaire guy. And you know, I don't like Hillary.
Yeah.
I think she's probably one of the most unpopular people in America on both
I,
sides
I would agree
of
with that.
everything.
And a lot of
So
it she earned herself though. She
yeah,
shot her own self in the foot there.
yeah, she's really unlikable in general. She isn't the best personality, even now in her like private life. She seems really just I don't know. She seems like a really old and angry person who
Oh yeah, she's the
is
Karen
used to
of
being
Karens. Like all
powerful.
Karens were birthed under Hillary, I believe.
Well, yeah, there's just it's yeah, it makes me. But again, I'm mad at people like
There would have
her.
been a better choice than her. I think the Democrats did that because they thought they could get the first woman
Bernie
president
would have
in
won
that go
that
round.
election,
And Bernie got screwed that time, and I know that is fact,
but
as I'm sure you do as well.
in 2024, um, if Trump ran again or somebody else, he could technically lose by 9 million votes and still win the presidency, which is a scary thing too. If you
Hmm.
think about like, oh, 9 million less people wanted this president, and if it was the other way too, that'd be a bad thing. If it was like 7 million or 9 million people less voted for Biden, and he still became president, imagine that. Imagine what people would do if Biden literally lost by 9 million votes. Like he won by 7 million votes and people are freaking out about it, saying the election
Hmm.
was stolen. Imagine if he lost by that by that many millions of votes, and he still became
People are
president.
still harping on that, and I don't know. I started to say I don't know why, but I do know why because their cult leader lost,
Well,
and
I
they
think
can't accept
social
that.
media did a lot of this too. Like if you see a
What's
video,
the new "He's not my president"?
what's the new one?
It's the new "He's not my president." He didn't win;
Oh,
he stole
okay.
the election.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
I mean, he's in the office, and look, I may not have voted for him, but I mean, I'll respect him being in the presidential office just like I would anybody else, whether I voted for him or not. And I didn't, like I said. But I mean, he is the president. He's my president until he's voted out. And whoever's up next, well, they'll be my president too. Ain't going to change how I live or when I go to work, but that's the office they hold.
Yeah. Um, yeah, that whole election thing. I think people on like Facebook and stuff, it's easy to make people believe things, in my opinion. Like reality television. If you like reality television, I think you can be convinced of a lot of things. Or that's
Hmm.
just one example. But if you see a convincing video that was edited really well of like a polling place in Georgia or something, and it's a lot of like, it's an early, uh, prominent, diverse area that has a lot of people from different cultures and everything, and you see them counting votes, and it's like these people threw away the votes right here, and it's like somebody throwing away his lunch in the garbage, and then a bunch of people believe like votes were actually thrown out after like 500 court cases validating the election. People still believe it was stolen. I think social media plays a role in it. Speaking of that, what's your take on the vaccines?
Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm absolutely for the vaccines. Like, I don't.
Are you
Okay,
personally gonna get it or
I have already personally got it. And I
nice?
don't have a chip. I don't, there's no chip embedded in me. I have an iPhone. I'm already being tracked. Like this whole conversation is being listed
Very
or
true.
listened to. We're on a social media platform right now on air. They can listen either by being a viewer or through our phones, whichever they choose, I
Even if we
suppose.
were talking off air, they are technically, if you look at the terms and conditions, they're allowed to go through our conversations. They can't technically read what we're talking about, but they can take out keywords. So if I
Oh,
say
no,
like,
I don't believe that. I'll
if
tell
I
you why.
say, okay,
I
okay,
got something scary for you. I got something scary for you.
okay, but
I
let's
was
just,
playing this guy. Oh, go ahead.
no, just legally speaking, they can't. But when they look at, they
Right.
can take like, if I say like, Coca-Cola, they can now use that word I just said to recommend Coca-Cola products to me. But yeah, continue, please.
Okay, so I stream on Twitter, just video games. I didn't look anything up about this particular character. I'm currently playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. There's a character named Ivor in there. Now I've said his name out loud. I already had my whole YouTube selection and Twitter selection when I scrolled through my feed was all about different moments with this guy, but it was never on my phone. Like I just did this last night, and this morning when I woke up, I scrolled through before I went to work. Dude, it was just all there, and yeah, it was streamed, but nothing was ever said, and that's never happened with any other game. that I've streamed before, but it was one of my longer streams. It was like 5 hours long, but like stuff like that has happened before. When you think about something and then you pull up Facebook or something and you see it, come on now. There's keywords or something that they hear or that come across your phone or something, and they just know. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's an actual person, an algorithm, or some combination of the two. I would say algorithm if I had to guess.
Yeah, they don't hire enough people to go through every word
Yeah,
said.
like
on the internet.
nobody is listening personally to every single individual person. That would be insane.
They have the
if it was.
transcripts though, probably stored away in their computers.
Oh, 100%. Transcripts are absolutely there. I mean, I think courts have even proven that when they, talk about the character of a person. Like they can pull up transcripts of things people have said just because their phone was in earshot.
Yeah,
But,
I mean,
stuff like that, it is quite scary. But back to the original question, the vaccines, because we kind of got off there talking about how people believe there's a chip in that shit. I got sick for a day, and it's fine. Like, I'm not card carrying. I didn't post on social media that I got my vaccine. I didn't do all that. I don't have to do all that. But what I did have to do, going back to when I joined the service in hell, when I went to high school, you know what I had to carry with me? This thing called a shot record. And so it's always been tracked. You've always had to keep track of your vaccines, and in certain situations, you've had to show that you've been vaccinated for this, that, or the other. This isn't a new thought process. This isn't a new thing. I'm pretty sure you have to show a shot record, and I could be wrong about this, but to get a passport, I'm pretty sure you have to get a shot record or show your shot record. Especially if you're going
it's
to
the
third world
COVID
countries.
vaccine though. It's scary. It's spooky. I heard on the news that people died. By the way, there's
Wait. What about the people that are scared of it though? Those same people are the ones that were making fun of anti-vaxxers post or pre-COVID. The same people who are against this current COVID vaccine are the same people that were making fun of, at least on my social media feed. Like, I've seen this as fact. The same people who would post it, I ain't getting my kid vaccinated, and they'd say, well, keep your kid away from me at school or whatever.
Well, once
And now they're the ones making fun of everybody getting the COVID vaccine. I'm like, man, y'all can kiss my ass. I got the damn thing.
when it was
Roast me
Trump's
if you want
vaccine,
to.
people liked it. Remember when
Right.
a lot of liberals said they might not get the vaccine because they don't trust Trump, because he was like helping develop it, or like he signed a bill because of it, and liberals said they wouldn't take it. Like even Trump has gone on like Fox News to say like, please take it, it works, it's effective. All of these politicians have said this, but there is almost zero evidence that anybody has ever died from the vaccine. So what happens is like out of every 100,000 people, like every day people die. So out of 100,000 people, let's say like 1,000 people die. If 100,000 people get vaccinated, there's a good chance a lot of those people are going to die. If 50 million people get vaccinated, there's a good chance, because people die in general, that people who get vaccinated are going to die because it's going to keep up with the normal death toll. So like if somebody gets vaccinated and they get hit by a car and die, is that a post-vaccine death? Yeah, sure, but we need to see if the death is because of the vaccine. So people are
There
using
you
these
go.
numbers. What do you think the people who get vaccinated aren't going to die from any other causes? If a 75-year-old gets a vaccine and has a heart attack, is that going to be from the vaccine? There's no evidence of that yet. But people are using faulty data that they see on like Facebook and stuff, and they're
And that's
getting
what makes
scared.
that's what makes everything scary, is because people are getting their information not from Fox, not from CNN or any other news outlet, maybe occasionally something that might pop up on their feed. But no, I've seen people follow memes like it's the fucking gospel. Memes.
Yeah, memes.
That's what news has turned into. And that's what makes me believe people are stupid
Yeah.
in general.
I mean, people, being somebody who does have a good understanding of a lot of this political stuff, I wouldn't, politics is one of the only things. You don't do this with I mean, they're doing it with doctors now because they're Facebook doctors. But like, politics is the one thing people don't have any training in that they feel really confident talking about, even if they have no idea, or if they never even took a second to learn Oh,
Yeah.
somebody wants to talk to me about Tom Macdonald. Oh, please, after we're done having this conversation, please hop in Discord. There's a link in the bio. Thank you so much for the super chat, by the way. Oh my god. What was I saying about vaccines?
You were talking about why people were scared of it.
Oh, I forget the point I was about to make. I am losing my brain. I don't even know. Yeah, in general,
But
people.
everything
Oh yeah,
about this vaccine
politics.
go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Huh?
I'm sorry. I just
Go
remembered.
ahead.
When it comes to politics, people really want to comment on it confidently in a way that I wouldn't do to anybody else. Like, if I walked into a garage and told a mechanic that he's fixing my car wrong because I read something on Facebook, he'd probably look at me like I'm an absolute idiot.
Mm-hmm.
But if I want to
Yeah.
go up to a doctor and say, "Did you know that 50 billion people died from the vaccine? I saw it on Facebook." Apparently, that's okay because it's like, okay.
Yeah, and that's what I don't get either. Like, why do you all of a sudden know this? Like, I don't. This conversation, I'm not skilled with politics, and I've made mistakes in people I've voted for, and I've made mistakes in what I believe people stood for before, as we discussed before with how Trump got me the first time, and it was an absolute shit show. I mean, he did a thing or two that was maybe noteworthy, and I'm not even going to speculate what those were, except, apparently helping, and this isn't even proven, but other than helping the VA get revamped. And he may not even actually had a hand in it. He might have just been the guy that came out and said, "Hey, this happened." But so I'm not a follower of anything like that, and that's one of the reasons I enjoyed our last conversation. I enjoyed this one. Is there's things you and I can disagree on. So far in this conversation, there hasn't been one, but we can disagree on something, and I still don't have any hate for you, and hopefully you still don't have any hate for me, because at the end of the day, we're just having a discussion. As far as politics go, I guarantee you know more about it than I do, on an intellectual level as well as probably a personal level too. But the conversations are still fine because I get educated as well. Like, if I tell you I don't know something, then you explain it and I listen. Somehow in this country, we forgot that part.
You're not
And that's
supposed to
what burns
trust
me up.
anybody, though. And I understand that for a lot of things. It is hard. As much as I want to blame, well, I mean, I don't want to blame everything on white people being scared that their country's being taken over. There's a lot of different elements you have to fight in this entire thing. You have to fight, CNN, Fox News, everything on Facebook, Twitter. They are designing their content to cause controversy and to make us fight each other. And I largely think Tom Macdonald does that too, even if he doesn't. I can't say he doesn't mean to, though, because he's written snowflake, fake woke, people are stupid and freaking brainwashed. It feels like a formula. But like all
I
of
mean,
this
I personally
content is
like the shock
designed
value
to
of it.
cause
I'll be
outrage.
honest about that.
Yeah, but that's the exact
Yeah.
thing corporate media does, and I think that leads to divisive conversations where we can't really get along. That's my big issue. I wish he would. I wish he would talk to
If
somebody
he was looked
like
at
me
it
or
as a
something.
news outlet, as somebody that knows all, but that's the problem with a
But
lot of
people
his fan
treat
group,
him
is
like
that
that, though.
they look like the same people that support Tom no matter what. Everything he says is the gospel. Those are your same people that did the same thing with Trump, that are still flying those flags on the back of their truck, Trump 2020. Those are the same people, okay? That's why you don't engage them in your comments anymore. You don't need to. They've already showed their lack of intelligence. Like, there's songs of his, like Brainwashed, and I told you this on Discord, while it had some funny one-liners and stuff like that, in my opinion, it was easily my least favorite Tom song. Easily. Like, that's not something that's going to be blasted in the car. Hell, it's about the only one in recent times, other than Snowflakes, that I didn't download to iTunes. So, I mean, I can point out when somebody does something I don't like. There is an artist out there, whoever your favorite artist is out there, they've got a song that you don't care for, right? I mean, everybody has.
Yeah.
But the absolute following, they can do no wrong. Tom is an immediate outlet. If he makes you think, and in my opinion, he does make me think, but again, like I said, I'm not the smartest guy out there, and I'm not going to pretend to be. but he does make me think about certain things I wouldn't have thought about before, and most of it I just laugh at it. Kind of.
Well, I guess like Joe Rogan is
So that's
another
why I take
example
it
of this
different from
too.
than your simile between Fox and CNN being sensationalized versus music being sensationalized. Like nobody should be listening to music like this is the absolute gospel.
Well, that's a failure of the American education system, I guess, or not even. I hate these words. I hate the words that people use to like mean different things. I don't want to sound like I'm talking about education, like oh, people need to be educated to understand things, but like the lack of common sense. You don't need to be an expert in politics or math to understand like how to approach the world, like being willing to learn and being willing to interact with people in a way that's not completely toxic, in a way that's not completely just like degrading, that will literally just hurt you. Like, oh my God, it shouldn't be a competition on which sport team is going to be doing better. But one thing about, do you watch Joe Rogan at all?
I have some. Like, I mean, it's not something I religiously watch, but I have watched some and other snippets that have came on YouTube, like the shorter versions I have.
One big thing about him is he always says the line about like, oh, I'm not really a political commentator. I'm like a dumb guy doing a podcast in my garage. At some point, when you have like 2 million people watching you, or like 10 million people, I don't even know, 50 million people like he has, and he decides to comment on every pressing issue. So like Afghanistan, he releases a 25-minute clip going like talking about Afghanistan. He doesn't have any clue on what's really happening in these countries, but he read a couple news articles and now he's gonna misinform a bunch of people on what's really going on. Something happens with BLM, he's gonna talk about that. He's gonna talk about that for 25 minutes, give a heated opinion on it. Vaccine passports, he's gonna feed into that narrative. He's gonna talk about vaccines. Oh, I'm not gonna get one. I'm like, it gets to the point where I'm like, that might not be your intent, but at this point your like platform is so big.
But you know what? People shouldn't take that serious because he also does DMT and shrooms before he goes on.
But that's what people like about it.
Why would you think that is the guy that you should get your information from?
Because they don't.
That is the guy you should hang out on your
models.
front porch and hear bullshit stories.
They lack role models.
Or if he wants to tell you about fighting, now that dude probably knows a shit.
They were raised by Joe Rogan.
That...
I think it's good to have skepticism about what's happening, but it's not good to treat your skepticism as a religion. Like, oh, I don't trust this organization, therefore anything this organization says has to be false. By the way, Fate, thank you so much for the super chat. You were right about Biden's approval ratings after pulling out of Afghanistan. Just keeping my promise. Thank you so much. Thank you for you know what? You're much better than Mike from PA. Mike from PA is this weird streamer guy. But anyway, speaking about that, do you have any takes about Afghanistan? Do you have any opinions on it? You said you served.
Okay, so I do, and there are opinions. Let me first and foremost say that. So we have to start at the beginning there, because as you stated earlier, Trump was the starter of that, and he said May 1st. And he said that again. He's like, I knew we should have done it sooner at May 1st. Okay, so here's my issue. If we had done it sooner, that means the problem happening now would have happened sooner. Or am I freaking missing something? It shouldn't have happened the way it did. I read a thing, and it was from Yahoo News, so I don't know if it was legit or not. It was just something I got in my email that said that an Afghan commander, and this was a few weeks ago when, like, I guess some of the main force started pulling out, but some of our soldiers were still there. But they left this main base, and I don't remember the city. They left this main base overnight without telling any of the Afghan commanders anything like that. And they were gone. They left ammunition, but no guns. They left vehicles, but in some cases, no keys. And I'm like, none of that shit makes sense, because that's not how we ever left a place. If we left and we were taking our shit, it was going to be like we were never there. Like when I served, that's what it was like. When we left somewhere, we took everything. There was no evidence that we had been there except the smell of the exhaust from whatever jet or airplane we left on.
That seems like an issue we can't. I know people are blaming the president, but a lot of the missteps seem like an organizational issue with the military.
Say, get out, and we got out.
Yeah, it isn't by himself, but you're talking about things that are like happening in the inner workings of how the military should function in these scenarios and like
Right.
who is making these direct commands. The commander in chief, the president, he doesn't understand. No president since what, like Eisenhower or whatever, like really understood military functions enough to make critical decisions like that. Sure, they might uh sign the paper at the end of like, okay, we are gonna bomb this area or whatever. They're gonna do the legal proceedings of how the government works, but they're not making these decisions. So Afghanistan, the country seems to have panned out, and if you have any other information, please let me know. But it seems like America really beefed up these centralized, like metropolitan areas, these big cities, where they in well, Americans only occupied a very small part of this huge country that is mostly
Hmm.
like rural. But the big cities were like a centralized power. So like the president of Afghanistan or what do they have a prime minister or whatever? They have a really strong
I believe it is
centralized.
the prime minister.
Okay. They have a really strong centralized system of government. So it's not like all the areas of Afghanistan had a lot of power. These central governments had a lot of issues communicating with rural areas of Afghanistan. And these
Yeah,
rural
they're
areas of
tribal areas.
Afghanistan,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
these areas have views in these rural places. It's sort of like, I don't want to compare it to Democrats and Republicans, but the cities are more liberal than the rural areas. And a lot of the rural areas in Afghanistan don't necessarily have that big of an opposition, or, they don't really oppose what the Taliban is promising when it comes to like women having zero rights. A lot of them do believe in hardcore fundamentalist Sharia law. And
Right.
in the
Yeah.
cities, a lot of the people who were desperately trying to escape Afghanistan, those were the more liberal people in that country that were for more like, hey, women should not be beaten or sold off into sex slavery, and should not be married away at the age of 10 to 40-year-old men. Those are
Hmm.
the people who like represent that. So one of the big reasons Afghanistan fell is because Afghanistan wasn't a country. Like the government wasn't controlling the country. They couldn't get
No.
resources anywhere. They couldn't get command anywhere. They couldn't enforce anywhere. The only reason the Taliban couldn't move up quicker is because
We were
of
still
our
there.
airstrikes. It was our
Hmm.
airstrikes pushing them back. All of the drone strikes that we escalated over the past like 10 years. That's the only reason they couldn't advance. The concentration of our military force and even what's it called? What's the Afghanistan military called? National Army, ANA or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
Even
yeah,
them,
yeah.
the only parts
I
they
believe it
truly
is ANA.
controlled were these cities. And without the bombing, once America stopped, because Trump had that peace deal that expired May 1st. After that, I feel like Joe Biden's hands were tied because at this point, uh, he
I think
either
he
would
could
have
have
had
changed
to.
that, but I think he was afraid of what the population would think if he went against. Again, I'll refer to him as I have before. If he went against what the cult leader had promised and set in motion, he was afraid of what would happen. He would be afraid of what happened next, as well as people in Congress that said, "All
Yeah.
right, go ahead, get it done."
Well, that's what
Because
I think
that
too.
could have
Yeah.
been changed and revoted. Because he overturned a lot of policies that Trump did, a lot of which, I'll be honest, I didn't know happened during the 4 years that Trump was there. And he spent a lot of time doing that one, but that's one I don't think he could have stepped on. Like, I think he was going to look shitty whether he pulled out of Afghanistan like he did or if he chose to stay longer.
And he would have
Biden
had to
was
do
going
a
to look
re-up
shitty
too.
with that
If he
either
would
way.
have stayed, there would have had to been even more of a commitment. It seems he had like two choices with the Taliban. Because when they moved into the country,
I
they
would,
kept
if I
on
was
cutting
him,
off
I would
like.
have sat down with him myself and decided if I believe this deal's for real or not. You know what I mean?
Um.
Like I would have put myself there if I'm going to back somebody else's play, especially somebody from a different party
Uh-huh.
and that had a different policy system than me. I would have done my checks and balances. Like I would have wanted to get down and sit in on the negotiations again. Like, look, this is what we're going to do. You want us out of here? This is what we want. And I would want to make sure that whatever my particular policies are that I want from them are put on display there. That's what, in that situation, that's the only thing I can think that I might have thought should be done differently.
Well, I don't
Does that
think they
make
were
sense?
willing to do that anymore with negotiations after we already expired the peace deal and basically said we are gonna.
I would
I'm
have
pretty
done it
sure we
before May 1st,
continued
is what I'm
before
saying.
May 1st. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. I still can't blame that on Biden though, because of
No,
how
I
everything
don't blame
works.
him for that. I'm just saying that's I'm Monday morning quarterbacking it. I mean, looking back, that would have made more sense to attempt to
Yeah.
do. If they chose not to come back to the table, that's fine.
It was
But
interesting how
if
it
you
all
had tried,
happened. And a
hmm
lot of people are crashing down on Biden from corporate media and everything for doing this. But the
and it
Taliban,
isn't just him. You get the names of everybody else who okayed it, who said this was a good thing to do. Like Congress should
well,
be
the president's
suffering
the
too.
fall guy. Like with Jimmy
Oh yeah,
Carter. Jimmy Carter had the hostage situation. Wasn't his no, that wasn't his fault, but it happened under
no,
him. So he's gonna get blamed for it. Like it was less his fault than Benghazi was Hillary's, and even Hillary isn't really culpable for what uh unfolded there because that was a whole long thing that happened. But it was really interesting how the Taliban did it with they sort of like picked apart the country piece by piece. If you look at like how much they have controlled over the past like
oh they
15,
definitely
10
did.
years,
It's called a
taking
grid
over roads and
march.
bridges and making sure the
Yeah,
government can't operate. So that central government, even if they wanted to branch out and get more control places, they couldn't. And the other political leaders across the whole of Afghanistan rejected the liberals in the city as well and their top-down governing style. So the rural people there were like, you know what, Sharia law isn't too bad, and also we don't want to listen to you city people that are trying to control us or whatever, stuff like that.
it is very. The whole thing is very heartbreaking. It is
Yeah.
because I mean, not just because soldiers, not just because we had been there for 20 years, but because of even if we pulled out every American, the people that helped us are now going to suffer because of having helped us. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Like
it's
once we're
interesting
completely gone,
to.
I mean, they're on their own and probably less likely to assist in something going on in the future.
I wonder if what we could have done. It's really difficult in America too because I know Trump called for this, but he doesn't really believe this. Taking 90,000 Muslim refugees, that isn't something that happens easily in America, and that's what would have needed to be done to avoid uh, this crisis with everybody who did help America. But like Trump did this with the Kurds and everything too, with that situation where he abandoned people that helped us. A lot of it really does suck. Even the people complaining about like women rights in these countries, we are pretty strong allies with like Saudi Arabia and
hmm
stuff with arms deals and oil and everything. So like, what can we even comment on? It feels terrible
Yeah,
pulling out.
it's a hypocrisy.
But if we never would have gone there in the first place, nothing would have like what would the country look like if we never would have gone there? Maybe better now. Maybe they would have had a chance to develop on their own, instead of being this artificial state that was going to collapse at any. There's a couple
I'm
arguments
losing
that
you,
say
buddy.
like, oh, what's up? Oh, can you hear me? Oh no.
Okay, you just came back.
All right, cool. Yeah, it's a tough overall situation. I don't think Americans can really comment on it effectively. A lot of people want to have strong emotions about it. The media is telling people how to feel about it, and they're taking it, whether it's on the right or left. But I think everybody is
And
looking
that's
at
so
Biden in a bad
and
way,
it's so
though.
retarded. Like again, I was and I don't keep touting this because I was only a specialist. Like I wasn't a high ranking anything. I was a grunt. You know, it is what it is. But I just I don't know how people can say, "Oh, we pulled out like this, so now all the sacrifices mean nothing." No, it doesn't because orders were given out, orders were carried out, and then we came home. That's a soldier's duty at the end of the day. I mean, that's what it boils down to. There is obviously more to it, so that's very watered down, but that's at the end of the day what it means. So it's not disrespectful to all the soldiers. We've been calling for our guys to come home for how long now? And then it
Yeah,
finally happens, and now you cry
and
that
now
all the
people
guys
are
came
really mad
home.
about it.
Like it, people were always going to be upset about something.
It was gonna be
And
dirty no matter what. There's no perfect way to get out of the situation.
No,
Just like there's no
you're
perfect way to
absolutely
go
right.
in. Yeah, people wanted like, we can simply leave, guys. We'll just leave. Just leave. Like it's not that easy, man. It's not that easy.
No.
But people aren't
Because
really
if I'm an
prepared to really
opposing
think about
military
it.
force, as you leave, because everybody can't leave at once, so as you leave, you get weaker. The more people that are gone, that's the less people on the perimeter, right? So you have to do these centralized things like taking over the airport and making sure certain people can't get in the airport and checking everybody. That's the only way you can keep the people that are still on the ground safe, is a centralized location. But yet the whole scene from the airport, the sensationalized videos that were showed, and they needed to be showed because it's absolutely horrific. It is, but there was, like you said, I don't know another way it could have happened unless we stayed.
Yeah,
Just
and
like we were. And either way, people would have been pissed.
I heard a lot of people say they don't even want us there. When referring to people in Afghanistan, like they do not even want America there. I feel like that was half true, but the people who did not want
that
America
is a
there.
half truth. There's a lot of people that didn't want us there.
Yeah,
but
but those are the same
that were
people.
extremely happy.
But those are the same people who are like, okay, it seems with the Taliban taking over, or aren't refuting it as much as others. It seems like there was a big political divide there, and that's why the government couldn't work. And that's why the friggin' prime minister flew out like a week before the country collapsed. And Joe Biden was still saying in America, I don't know why he was saying this. Maybe he was trying to bullshit out of it when he said, we do not expect Afghanistan to fall within the next week. I don't like, he gave a couple press conferences where he said that over and over again, that he expected it to be a while before it fell, but I don't know where he got that from.
It had to be. I mean, he says some weird shit. I mean, he does, but that almost seemed prophetic. Honestly,
No, but that was rehearsed.
But it still almost seemed prophetic because it was like a week or two, and now here we are.
Well, no, he was saying that was going to be like a month, but it was actually because he said his intelligence said they aren't going to move in quick enough to do. Like it's all complicated. But
I think they infiltrated. I think they were part of the Afghan army that the Taliban was, and I mean that again, that's just speculation. But that's one of the only thing that makes sense in the speed in which it happened. They already had to have implants. You know what I mean?
Well, what if you're not necessarily a member of the Taliban, but you'd rather say, hey, this is not good. They're moving in. I'm okay with their social views. I'd rather not fight
Could
them.
be that, yeah.
I'm just gonna join them right now instead of going through it.
And it could even be as simple as, look, I'm tired of fighting my own countrymen.
Yeah, and look at the people who tried leaving too. After they tried escaping through the airport, when they tried returning home, they had to go through checkpoints that the Taliban set up. So yeah, they all got sorted through when they went back. But this is another example of how Americans are really blind to what happens in the rest of the world. Because this is like I don't want to say it, like this is compared to the atrocities that happen on a regular basis in like Africa and in the Middle East. This is the ordinary for what's happening in these countries or in Latin America and certain countries. Like you know what? Anywhere across the globe, there are terrible things happening that Americans simply don't care about until it has the word U.S. in it, and they are forced to feel bad about it. So, yeah, it's just whatever. I'm gonna take a break soon from talking because I am getting a little bit tired. I gotta get a drink and stuff. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about? By the way, this has been a great conversation, regardless of
I've definitely
reasons.
enjoyed it.
These are the conversations I love to have in general, even in private when I'm not on YouTube. I have these all of the time, and thank you for being so reasonable and everything.
Definitely. I do have one request, being that I'm not a Confederate soldier. Can you change the
No,
name?
I changed it. I did change it. You have to refresh it. I changed it.
Okay. I just left it on, and people think you live in your kitchen now.
I mean,
just was looking through the comments a second ago.
it is. It's a room. It's one room that has a kitchen in it. Like, this is a room. This is my couch. There's a TV.
Oh, they were saying you could live in your refrigerator to save on the AC and all kinds of stuff. They were giving you some pretty good ideas, bro.
Oh my goodness. No, I have a good living arrangement right now. it's a nice little room here.
I do like your setup, and on a private level, I would like to talk to you about some of the things you've used for your stream because I would like to upgrade mine. So if whenever you're not tired or you're not busy or whatever, you can hit me up on Discord and just let me know when you get some time. I'd like to know, how to get the stuff started, like what cameras to use and so on and so forth.
Yeah, sure,
concepts.
definitely.
But no, I mean, this has been a great conversation. Like I said early on in the beginning, I don't understand why people can't talk and be happy to agree on the things that they can agree and be able to listen to somebody, even if they're saying something they don't agree, and at least be able to take the viewpoint and understand that some people do feel that way so that it's still viable. It's not an attack on character if I disagreed with you on a particular point. Like if we had disagreed about Afghanistan, like what am I going to stand on that makes you a piece of trash? Nothing. And what are you going to stand on and make me a piece of trash? And that answer is also nothing. So it's just different viewpoints, and this is the way people come together, is listening to somebody else that has a different viewpoint. And as long as they're not absolutely bigoted, racist, or absolutely retarded, I don't think I'm allowed to say that word anymore, so we'll go with stupid. As long as they're not those three things, why can't we have the conversations that make some people a little uncomfortable, like vaccines or talking about BLM and why that's necessary, or more training for the police department? Why can't we talk about those things without being anti-police or anti-white people or all this Tucker Carlson bullshit that you talked about a while ago? Like he becomes more of an idiot every time he comes on camera. Whoever's writing his script needs to quit.
I think it's on purpose, though. I think people
It is.
are being trained to be violent with each other on purpose, and I think this is. I don't want to go. This is all designed to make us have a civil war. It's not. It's not designed to make people have a civil war. It's designed to make sure people never come together in a positive manner, and that people never seek, freedom and stuff like that. Real freedom, not just like, yeah, America, but like actual. Veterans are not getting health care. We need to get them health care. Our roads are broken. We need to fix our roads. The airports are not up to date. We need to fix our airports. Our schools are falling apart. We need to fix our schools. More of that. Less freaking, oh my God, BLM. Oh my God. Dude, if you're not going to take the time to understand why people care enough about BLM to march in the streets by millions, just stop. What's the point? Anyway, okay. Have a great night. Thank you for talking. I'm gonna go get a drink real quick.
No, it's fine. Hey, we need to have another conversation, bro.
Yeah, let me know. Message me, then I'll send you a couple good starter streamer stuff.
Okay, yeah, not just about that. We need to have another one of these conversations because I do enjoy them, and you know what? Bring a couple of these other guys that maybe would disagree with some of this other stuff, because we may have different political ideologies, but I'd be happy to set some bitches straight with you.
All right, yeah, maybe I'll have some open panels for people to hop on. Everybody can.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Or even real comment questions, like just talk about whoever wants to hear about a particular topic in the comments.
All right, yeah, sounds good.
All right, man. Hey, you have a good night, brother.
All right, you too. Thanks, man.
See you.
Okay, I need a drink real quick. My neck is tight. Let me fix something real quick. Thank you for dropping likes on the stream, by the way. Really appreciate it. All right, 1 second. BRB. Let me put on... I don't know if my computer is going to work good. I can put on some Tom Macdonald videos. No. Here, I'll go on voice chat. Listen to these people talk while I'm gone.
Oh, Jolah's in the chat.
I'll be back. I'm getting a drink. You could be heard on the stream.
Is he in here finally?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. He's got himself muted though.
What's your
live stream?
What?
God, I didn't mute the mic.
They won't debate me, Stuttering John Emerge. I actually tried hooking up Stuttering John. You know that what is it called? Politically incorrect channel that Destiny goes on sometimes. And with with the hot blonde chick with big titties, and she's like the moderator. I talked to her,
the one that's with
and I was
Destiny
down,
inside?
but Stuttering John's not. So, and she tried everything to get Stuttering John to do it. He wouldn't fucking do
The
it.
chick that's with Destiny all the time?
No, she has that. It's a smaller YouTube channel, and they host like debates. And she's the blonde chick. I think it's called Politically.
It's like there's like this red.
Politically something.
Jolah, where you at, man? You got us on a stream and we don't know what's happening.
Where is this Jolah?
Jolah.
He hits the jewel. Gatorade. Look at Gatorade.
It's called politically provoked.
Isn't it left wing host and right wing host?
Yeah, it's that one.
Oh, he's getting some fucking
You know,
milk. Okay,
milk
base
is,
Jolah.
Chocolate milk comes from
I bet it's some fucking soy milk.
Nah,
The
it's
fuck?
cow on it.
Yeah.
low fat.
What the fuck? I got
Looks
shit
like
to
chocolate
play.
milk.
That looks like
Underlay.
some cocoa
That's
milk.
good after that
Arriba.
fucking workout. Pro tip.
This nigga. All right, this is the
Don't
dude
say
on the
that.
dating chat.
Don't
He's
say
walking
that.
around his one
Oh, just
bedroom
like
right now.
people here.
He's taking a break. Relax.
He's got his backpack. He's wearing khaki shorts.
He's in college.
He's in college.
Bro, feels like there's spine on him.
It does feel a little weird watching
They're
it.
literally in his bedroom right
He's just
now.
meandering around
Kitchen at
during a
bedroom.
live stream.
Who's trees? Who are you?
I'm just the person who is watching.
What's good, man?
What's
Oh,
up?
his sink stinks.
Docking mule? That's disgusting.
By the way, that
Thank
faucet
you.
handle sucks because it breaks all the time.
I feel bad for
But
this.
yeah, this dude. He needs to hurry the fuck up.
He's coming.
The kid is shitting himself. Never trust a guy in khaki shorts.
So true.
What's
he's
going
Jake
on?
from State Farm. Hello, man. We Tom Macdonald fan
What's happening?
wants to talk to you.
Yeah. What's up?
Is this the Jolah?
Turn my stream off. I don't want to hear myself. I don't want to hear you either. Echoing.
I'm not playing your stream.
Who is? Oh, you're just
It's
you're
not
just
me.
you're
I'll
echoing in
turn this
general.
shit off for you.
All right. What's up?
So Jolah,
Yeah.
now you, well, I don't know, I'm gonna say hate, but you do these Tom McDonald reaction videos where the point is to hate Tom McDonald, but get his audience, and you're willing to accept the negative clicks. Why do you not like Tom McDonald?
Well, I make the videos because seeing all the crybabies in the comments is kind of funny. I literally title it "Liberal Dominates Tom McDonald" for a reason. People come in and they're like, "Look at this soy boy liberal," and it's hilarious. The dislike ratio is great. I'm happy people care so much about defending Tom McDonald. I don't like Tom McDonald. Actually, I think he's probably a pretty chill guy. But his whole persona that he raps with, I don't like because he spends his entire song attacking one side of the political aisle, and then at the end he's like, "We should all come together against the powerful," but he only attacks one side, so like, it doesn't
Well,
make
only
any
one
sense.
side's in power right now.
That's not
It's not.
true.
It's just not
Not
true.
really.
I know Joe Biden is shitting himself, but they
do you
technically
think?
are in power. But aside from that, what other rappers do you like?
What other rappers do I like? Well, some
Jolah
rappers that
likes
are in the
J.
Tom
Cole.
McDonald category. I listen to want a whole list of rappers that I listen to. I'll go to my
A
recent
rapper.
playlists. Let's see. I like Vince Staples, Nas, Isaiah Rashad, Tyler the Creator. I like a little bit of Logic. I grew up on like
Why don't
Eminem,
you
of
name
course.
someone who dropped a
J.
song
Cole.
this year?
Literally all the people I just
You should
named
listen to
You
dropped
don't listen
albums
to
this
rap.
year. Those are all new
No,
albums.
you
Those are
don't
literally
listen to rap.
albums from this
You
year.
don't
You don't
listen to
listen to
rap.
rap. You don't listen to
You-
rap.
you
You
don't
listen to
listen to
Tom
rap.
McDonald. You don't listen to
You,
rap.
you don't listen to rap.
You don't listen
I
to
listen to
rap.
real hip hop.
You said
Vince
Nas.
McDonald's, Vince Staples, I mean, and Nas.
Vince
Love in this no
Staples,
true
Not Little
Scotsman.
Nas X, although he's fire too. Logic. You know Conway the Machine?
Lil Nas
Did
X
you-
is
wait,
hard
wait,
in real
wait,
life.
wait.
Like,
I bet you know
Did
Joyner Lucas. You know him.
Did you just say Logic?
I listen to some Logic, the old stuff. I don't like the new stuff though. I like his one album.
we like to use Logic here.
I listen to Kendrick Lamar, NF. You know NF?
Oh, yeah, you should listen to
Kendrick
Big
He's a
L.
white guy. NF's white.
Big L.
You said Kendrick Lamar.
What point are you making? What point are you trying to make?
You don't listen to rap, and
He's a holier than thou hip hop head.
well, no, I'm taking down.
No, that's a true.
Yeah,
What
I'm
do
not
you
proud
listen
of
to?
his rapping
Who
Who do you
ability,
listen
right?
to?
Tory Lane just dropped that fire.
Somebody
new
said
song.
Nas is the nerd standard answer. Bro, Nas literally dropped an album. He literally just dropped it. That's the reason I was freaking
I
listening
know,
to you,
he
idiot in
dropped
chat. No,
that
the person
and
in
my
chat.
pizza
This
off.
idiot in chat.
Who the fuck
Nas is
listens
the
to
typical
Nas
nerd
anymore?
answer. Bro,
You
I don't
said
even like
Nas.
Nas's. I don't even listen to Nas's old music. He literally
Yeah,
just dropped
wait,
an
wait,
album
do you like
recently,
Biggie and
so that's why I'm
Tupac
talking
too?
about him. That's why
I
I'm
said
talking
this
about
year,
him.
name a rapper. You
Oh,
name none.
yeah, DMX. You bring up DMX. Do you know how
don't listen
mainstream
to
freaking
any
DMX
fucking
is?
You don't listen to rap music.
What do you listen to?
Wait. What's the last Nas song you heard?
What's the last Nas
Nas
song
is
you heard?
like New York State of Mind.
No, that's an old one.
My point
Yeah.
exactly. My point. So, all right. I don't care. You don't listen to rap. So
My
you don't
favorite
have
song
a
from the new
critique about
album.
is rapping.
I think
So,
40 Side is my favorite song from the new album. Or do you mean like an older project?
So you don't listen to rap. So,
Bro!
by the way, I dig
Tory Lanez.
the
I don't listen
strategy
to him.
of getting hate views. Let me assure you, I get a lot more views than you and a lot more hate views. I dropped a video yesterday
Oh, did
that
you?
has more video views than yours. And
Good job.
all dislikes.
Good
So,
job.
I got the game.
You got the game.
Hey, you got the Al Gore rhythm.
Wow. What do you want to debate? What do you want to talk about?
Why are you hating on Tom McDonald though?
Because he's dumb.
So you're trying to be a YouTuber?
Tom McDonald is dumb.
He makes the same song over and over again at this point.
If you lie to the government, they put you in prison. Dude, he tries to make that fake
Yeah.
Eminem voice. You ever hear that song? That's such a fake
you didn't
Eminem
just
voice.
Say a rapper makes
That's
the same song.
bro.
I
that
fuck
Tom
bitches,
McDonald-
I got ice. That's every
That
rap
Tom
song.
McDonald song.
So that's
When
not
you
a
lie
crit-
to the government, they put you in prison. Dude, that's literally trying to make a fake Eminem voice, bro. He's trying to be like a freaking
Do you
Eminem
like
show.
Eminem?
He's trying
Yeah.
to be a made in China Eminem.
Oh, so you hate fags? Good. Okay.
Oh no!
That's what we
Oh
know.
no! He's saying the
You
bad
hate
words.
Eminem. You like Eminem, so you hate fags. We all do. Trust me. But
We? Who's
but,
we? Sorry, I don't associate with you people, whatever that means. Okay, so rap. What do you listen
Whoa.
to?
And he's racist. Okay.
What do you listen to? Are you wait? Are you
you
wait? Are you wait?
people-
Wait? Are you
what do
white?
you mean, you people?
Wait, are you white?
No.
What are you? Okay, are you not white?
He
There's an
doesn't see
African
color.
flag behind me from my
He
country.
doesn't
What,
see
what do you mean your
Holy
country?
shit. He said, "You people."
Dude, you're on Discord. No one knows what the fuck you look like. How could he be racist?
looks
Everyone
like
knows what I
Gohan.
I'm
look like.
talking to your Dragon Ball Z character.
Dragon Ball Z character and his audience.
It's way bigger than yours, by the way. But
It don't matter.
so
Are you
all
gonna
right.
call
So
this man
we're doing a
racist
Tom
when he's
McDonald thing for
referring to your
hate views,
fucking
which
audience?
I dig. But all right. So, what's your goal to be Fagtano, Kyle
Oh
Kuczynski?
God.
All right, if
Talk
you keep
about
on
having a
saying these
bigger
gamer
audience.
words,
You're
if
really
you
name dropping
if you
here.
if you keep on
Tim
saying these
Shitter.
gamer words, I'm gonna have to
you're
shut you
stuck
off.
in 2012 Call of Duty.
You don't like Fantano?
Fagtano? No, he's a
Oh,
fag.
Oh, you're saying the gamer words. All right.
he's
Gotta
stuck
send
in
you-
2012
gotta send you-
Call of Duty.
gotta
No,
send you to
see,
the
people
shadow
get
realm.
pussy words.
Gotta
But
send you to
know.
the shadow realm.
So you meander
You're gonna
around.
brag about your
Gotta
audience.
send you to the
Jolah,
shadow
like
realm.
Fantano.
You called me Jolah too? Oh no, this guy's got to go to the shadow realm. Here, go to the call-in lobby. Have fun there. How do you kick people? Kick. Okay, that's
Wow,
enough for
you just
me.
you just
Bad
limited
face.
his free speech. I
Yeah.
can't believe you just.
This is
limited his
literally
free speech.
1984.
This is 1984.
This is literally 1984.
Dude, how are you gonna brag about your audience being bigger and then talk shit about Anthony Fantano?
Yeah, I posted relevant lyrics in the chat, by the way.
Hey, if you want
Relevant
like
lyrics in the
listen,
chat. Wait, is there somebody?
the-
Wait, somebody
from
earlier
White
said they
Boy,
actually
that
wanted
was,
to talk.
Because
From
you just
White Boy.
censored him for his white voice or whatever, right?
White voice. What the fuck are you talking
I'm
about?
getting
the lyrics
discriminated
from
because of my
White
pretty
Boy.
blue eyes.
From the Tom McDonald song White Boy. You know, white
Soy
boy,
boy.
white
Soy
I don't
boy.
even know
boy.
what the
I
fuck you're
can't say it
talking
with my
about.
white boys.
It's the song that Tom McDonald blew up off of a couple years ago.
Yeah. You ever heard that one?
I have not listened to any Tom McDonald.
You are
I
blessed,
listen to real rap,
I listen to
real
real rap.
lyrical, miracle,
I
spiritual.
listen to Post Malone, Macklemore.
Shout out to Chrome Sparks though, for real. Dude's
Hobson.
fire.
I actually like Jack Harlow, to be honest.
You guys see
Yeah,
Kevin
He's got
today?
some
He's
got
cool.
some bars.
I like his vibe.
You should listen to Big L. He has the best.
The guy has 18K
like,
subs. I would have 18K subs if I made that kind of content. Do you know how easy that is to build a fan base off of
you
that?
just, like you shield and be
All
like,
these
cringe.
Tom McDonald reactors. Bro, he said if you lie to the government, they put you in prison. But if they lie to all of us, it's called being a politician. Whoa, bro, that's the craziest shit I ever heard. What? That's literally a Facebook meme that
You
like
drop the
80-year-olds
F slur,
post
you
on
get
Facebook.
1,000 fucking views.
Yeah. You
apparently.
get the whole squad moving in. All right, where's the other guy that wanted to talk? Somebody was here earlier. By the way, hello everybody.
What's going on,
Good
Jolah?
afternoon.
I have yet to say hi.
Jolah, you live in PA. I'm in Ohio. Let's link.
Yeah,
It
in your
was,
dreams.
Skyway.
Hey, who's the king? Who's the king of Pennsylvania? You or Mike?
Mike.
Oh, Jolah, 100%. No way.
No, Mike's the
a clown.
authoritarian. He'd be the king.
He'd be.
Okay, wait. How many people are watching now? They probably all left.
It's like 34 or something like that.
Oh, still 34? Hi.
29, no, 27.
Not 27.
lied.
Yeah, they all left. Where's
They're
the person
They're
earlier?
just here to be controversial.
It was
That's how you
Skyway,
get views.
but he's still here.
Skywing? Skywings. Come here, Skywings. Yeah, where's Skywings at?
Wings of Redemption?
I don't think he ever got a link to the Discord.
Well, you
Or-
should be looking in the description.
It's in the description, yeah.
Yeah, I just hopped on here because people DM'd me. I want to. There is actually a Tom McDonald dedicated YouTuber that I will be talking to.
Really?
Maybe
That's gonna be
tomorrow.
cool.
There are
What does that
Tom
mean?
McDonald dedicated YouTubers.
It's a reaction channel for music.
It's like it's, you know, like those BTS stands.
Oh, I
But
see.
just like it's like that. Yeah.
Wait,
Wow.
if you look up like Tom McDonald reaction, I'm putting it on my screen right now. Like these reaction YouTubers, they pretend to like everything they listen to a lot so that people watch them. Especially
I remember your post about
and
that.
if you're like, look, brainwash, look at these thumbnails. Oh my god, this is oh my god. Wow, this is crazy. Whoa. This is he said what? Let's get canceled. Oh my
Spitting
god.
facts.
And then there's people on here like, listen, guys.
Shout out to
Listen,
my buddy.
I
Andrew.
understand Tom McDonald has 99.9% white fans, but I will be the one black person to like Tom McDonald music. Therefore, nothing Tom McDonald says is problematic.
Yeah,
like,
Or-
but it makes sense though, because if you like Tom McDonald, it's like the Candace Owens effect.
Yeah.
Like,
They
oh
use that black
yeah,
card to their
yeah,
advantage.
Tom McDonald is right. BLM is too soft. Then all the white
the
Tom McDonald
Candace
fans are gonna
Owens
pour
of
in and
rap.
like look at all these
The
reacts.
Candace Owens of rap.
No Life Shack is
We
probably
should-
one of the worst ones at
Wait,
it.
we should do a rap battle.
He's the
right now.
biggest. I mean, good for him for getting his money. It's just like it's not genuine.
Yeah. It's like Jimmy Dore.
Like the what in the
J. Cole.
BTS, the Asian
Oof.
people song. Ha ha ha. He reacted to the white people song and the black people's like it's it's just it's that kind of content. Edgy. And a lot of, it's easy to be like homophobic for like Little Nas X and get views too.
Like, look right here.
Yeah, for
Tom
sure.
McDonald
that's
withdrawals.
disgusting.
Oh my god, I felt that so deep, bro. Like, maybe he liked it
After
a
the
lot,
white
but
people
like,
song, he says, "Y'all better not get mad." Like he
what are the
knows.
chances?
He knows who's watching.
What are the chances that literally every single song No Life Shack listens to is his favorite song of all time? Like, every song is good enough to jump out
I
of
don't
your
think you
chair and
honestly
freak
like the
out.
music and then pick these thumbnails.
This song right here, Killer, this Eminem remix with Jack Harlow and Corday, dude. This song is garbage, okay? Eminem's flow in this is literally like, okay, we are gonna take. Oh, I gotta shut this off. Oh
Eminem's
no, don't.
washed.
Okay, no, this Eminem,
Eminem fell off.
this Eminem verse on here, he's literally just cramming in syllables as fast as he can.
Well, that's what he's known for. I mean,
Yeah.
No, but it
yeah.
doesn't. The beat sucks in this song. But he listens to it, he's like, "Oh my god, this is so like." It's objectively a bad sounding. I guess you can't say objectively it's music, but it's a bad sounding
Yeah.
song. The beat selection this
respect, at
man
least you
has. I can
recognize.
find better beats, and I do find better beats. Looking up free beats on YouTube in 2 seconds than Eminem finds with multi-million-dollar producers. Like, holy crap,
Dr.
dude.
Dre.
Do you think that these reviewers have a political skew, or do you think that they just like all the music that they listen to?
They have a Joe
Literally
Rogan
everyone
skew.
you listen
Probably
to
both.
at any point has a political view, like a
Right,
sphere.
but like they're like actually trying to push something.
I think most
No,
of these
I don't
people
think
are
people
like
care. They just want to make
fairly
money.
apolitical.
Mhm.
They listen to it, but they just kind of latch on to like the easy like anti-SJW talking point kind of stuff.
I don't.
Yeah, you get big off.
Andy, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Thank you. The version Tom McDonald versus the chat. Yes, true.
Basically,
The Tom McDonald fans are gone though. Okay, I don't know what else I'm gonna do. Except talk crap on Tom McDonald. It's so fun. It's not even. It's useless, but it's fun. My computer cannot handle streaming. I don't know.
Look at what that guy called Anthony at that point. I mean, what the hell?
Right.
That guy knows what he's doing.
You can't listen to me or Tom. Okay, well I guess I could block you then. But you won't have to listen to either of us. That's pretty cool.
Low key, Fantano is the best music reviewer. Like his arguments on why he like consumes music or the way he interprets music is so
Very thorough.
coherent and just like
No, I'm not
He
gonna
just
block
tells
you,
you what he
Jordan.
thinks.
yeah.
Like that's the thing. People take his word as if it's like the end all be all like
Yeah,
opinion.
right,
but
right.
he like tells you up front, like, this is just what I think of it. It's not his fault people like have the opposite view.
I
you know
love
what I
Tom
mean?
McDonald so
but that
much.
dude, he like what's it called? Like he has so much influence on the
Yeah.
way we consume music.
For sure, he's huge.
You know who
if you-
hates
if you give
Americans?
someone-
That's why I'm so blown away that one guy in chat is like, oh, I got a bigger audience than you, and then he like calls out, he name drops Anthony Fantano, and it's like, dude, what the fuck?
Oh yeah,
That
well I
guy,
agree with
like-
Anthony Fantano, and Anthony Fantano has a bigger audience than you, so therefore, I win. Me and Anthony Fantano's audiences together
Appeal
destroy
to
yours.
popularity.
So yeah, all my Tom McDonald comments, bro. This video literally only has 10,000 views. Tom McDonald's video has 4 million. Like, oh, great. But
You
that
think that's a
shows you what
logical
appeals to
fallacy,
people.
like the appeal to the lack of popularity.
Everybody supports this.
Yeah, because it's like I'm inherently better than everyone because I believe in something that no one else does.
Contrarianism.
The popular,
contrarian, yeah.
but it's like the Joe Rogan effect with all this stuff. People don't want to think too hard, but they also want to be genius. Or like, I don't understand this thing,
They
but
want to be fake.
I
geniuses.
googled
They wanna
one
be
thing
Jordan
about this thing.
Petersons.
I don't understand this, and I
Christ.
also understand everything about it more than anybody else does. It's the Dunning-Kruger effect. Like, oh, I understand a little bit about it, therefore I'm really confident that I understand everything about it.
Yeah,
And people really just
Right.
don't know what they're talking about at all. And people
Because the
get
United
so
States-
annoying with this stuff.
the United States is the greatest nation ever created
Because it's the only
because of
one
freedom.
you know.
Freedom.
You can't be a nation without borders, without a wall. We're not a real country.
Oh man. Thanks for having us on the stream, Jolah. This is
Yeah,
tight.
thanks for chatting.
first
It's
time.
gonna be.
First time.
This is unorganized. I don't even care. I don't
This
even.
is base. Yeah, you
We
shoot
still
from the
got
hip.
31
That's how you do it.
viewers. Shit.
I didn't know that this was normal. It's my first time jumping into the Discord.
Yeah.
This is not normal. Nobody even
Sure.
talks
Hey,
anymore.
that guy, what's his name? Impulse? Kind of.
He was
He's like,
cool.
who's chill, yeah.
Yeah, he's chill.
He
Like,
doesn't-
I don't agree with his political leanings, but like he's just a normal guy. He wasn't like the one guy JQ in here.
Right.
He's
Yeah.
he just got caught down the wrong path. Grew up in a different culture than me. You could probably.
Neoliberalism.
I can fix him.
Neoliberalism.
I can fix him.
We can
The
fix
guy
it.
was a cool guy.
Exposed to too many libertarian ideas.
No
The Joe
roads.
Rogan. The Ron Paul.
You can
Ron
pull him
Paul.
out. I was pretty libertarian. You can pull him out of
Shout
it. I
out
believe it.
Beal, no roads.
You know
I
who kinda
was
pulled
pretty
me out of that?
libertarian.
Just add a
Joe
little,
pulled me
add
out
a
of
little
that.
left to that
Fucking
libertarian.
hell.
Mm-hmm. It's easy to add left to the libertarian. I feel.
Yeah. Certainly easier than the conservative.
Yeah.
It's weird that libertarianism was a leftist idea to begin with.
to the government,
Look what happened.
prison.
Well, yeah, and the founding fathers, in their context, they're liberals or like left-leaning.
God, all of Tom McDonald's lyrics are just Facebook quotes. Like the one, you know who hates America the most? Americans. Like I see that all the time on Facebook. Holy crap, dude. Or the
Actually,
Cardi
my
B
grandma.
stuff. Listen here, guys. People do drugs and listen to Cardi B. Follow me. They're all dumb. Like it's literally, like this guy was literally a raging alcoholic, the Tom McDonald, but he's talking crap like I don't know. These youngins are
was
sipping
Eminem?
lean as
Walk
if like
into a hole in the
Eminem was a big pill
hole in the
popper.
wall bar.
Eminem's big
Yeah.
aesthetic was that he was a big drug addict, and friggin' now
Like,
it's
Put his wife in his like.
in his
car.
friggin' Lucky You
Kid.
verse. He's like everybody's on Xanax or whatever. Like
But Eminem's a white.
Right.
He's white.
So he's
therefore he's
Dude,
allowed to
probably
do the
a
Eminem-
drugs.
you know,
complex person that's allowed to have personal problems and
Boomer
still
rap.
emerge as a good person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Eminem like admitted that without his white audience, he wouldn't have gotten this big. One of the
It's
songs.
true. That's why people
I mean,
got so
that's
mad
true
when
of-
he
of
when he
black
said
rappers
he didn't
too,
like
to be
Trump.
honest.
I remember when Eminem like put the "fu" to Donald Trump fans.
I was
Yeah, it was
proud.
weak. It was pretty weak though.
It was
I was
it was
proud.
pathetic.
It
It was
took a lot
weak,
of balls.
but it was.
to know that
I mean,
that's your base.
It's kind of cringe, but
None
it
of
was
his delivery was
like it
his
had the
execution
good
was bad.
ideas behind it, I suppose. Yeah.
It was like, way to go, Em. Way to stand up
remember
to the bullies.
remember the BET freestyle? He's like something like, "This is the end of the storm right here. I'm drawing a line in the
Yeah,
sand."
yeah, it's that one. It's that
It
one.
was
yeah, under
acapella.
the bridge.
That's an awfully
Under
hot
the
coffee
fucking
pot.
road.
Will it be a shame that I dropped it off with Donald Trump or some?
If I dropped it on Donald Trump with the it's bad. It's just like Eminem is so skilled, but he wastes
You guys
so
know
much.
the
Nah,
Crystalia memes? Not. I mean, I think that guy's canceled now, but you guys know the Crystalia. like,
He's scary
parody.
looking.
Crystalia, having a
Crystalia?
silly
The
goose time.
parody of like how Eminem raps, like the
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
A derp, a derp, a derp, a derp, a derp. Yeah,
That's so good.
yeah. The new
whatever became of that guy. Did he actually like get canceled or whatever?
He's back now.
he DM'd some 17-year-olds. I
yeah,
think.
yeah.
Oh, that's so.
he has
Yeah,
crazy
on
eyes.
Snapchat.
Look at his
Like,
eyes.
He was on Red
looks
Band's.
like an
He
eagle.
was on Red Band's podcast, and they were like talking about how you could save Snapchats, and his face just went to like, what?
I remember seeing that. His face is hilarious.
That's disgusting.
You're watching it live that he's about to get screwed.
Yeah, no kidding. It was wild.
Oh,
That
yeah, I saw
sucks
that.
too, because he was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, his stand up was terrible. He had terrible.
Yeah,
stand-up.
I agree. His stand-up was terrible, but his podcast was fun.
Should I post that guy dropping in here as a video, as a short? No, I'll do a YouTube short. That'll be my YouTube short for the day.
Okay. Yeah, get the F slur in there.
Nope, not
Ooh.
doing that. I'm gonna edit that out.
Be like,
gonna
look
be
what this
edited
guy
out.
thinks.
Yeah.
Typical Tom McDonald fan hopping in chat.
True.
Very true.
Hey, do you guys
So-
think that hip hop is like on a dry spell? 'Cause
No.
I believe like over like 3 years, like nothing really has interesting has
you
happened.
got to
rap
remember
music.
how old are you, man? If you don't mind me asking.
I am 20.
Yeah, so if you're 20, you don't know how long like kind of genres span.
Yeah.
Like think of like 40-year-olds in classic rock and how much they stand for that. There's a good 20 years that was the fucking zeitgeist for them.
Yeah.
So like
And-
we have yet to see how long hip hop has on the top.
Rock's
now
not
there's-
dead,
but
bro.
now there's, like,
Rock's not
subgenres.
dead.
Rock is dead.
completely dead. Dude, rock is dead.
You know what? You
Yeah,
know what
'cause-
rock is nowadays? Freaking Imagine
Alternative.
Dragons and Lumineers. That's
Yes,
rock
it
Yeah,
nowadays.
is.
Imagine Dragons
No,
corporate rock.
rap. I remember rap.
Imagine
like,
Dragons.
2012 through like
Whatever.
2016 was like 2012 like 2017 was like pinnacle. Like no, everyone was dropping, no misses. Everyone was taking dubs.
I think you have some nostalgia.
That maybe too. Like
I don't know. J. Cole just sold
probably
a
got
good amount.
biased.
No,
But,
I
like-
don't know. It's still pretty steady if you look at the artists they're
Maybe-
gonna be dropping. But once this generation dies off, like Kendrick and Cole and all the mainstream ones that everybody says they like, once they drop off, it's gonna be where transition. You have like JID and stuff, but he's not gonna be nearly as popular,
Dude,
and he's not as
he's
talented as the other
crazy.
guys.
like Joey Badass. And,
Musically, I mean.
JID out of all the like college freshmen or the freshman list of when he was coming out, I was like,
2018?
what the fuck?
I feel
Yeah,
like
that
the main.
he had the most talent.
I feel like
Wait,
the
did you guys
main
see that?
genres change over time, but I feel like there's always bands that are making music for every genre, and there's like top bands for each
Yeah,
genre.
like a subgenre and
So-
all that. Yeah,
it's-
there's still people doing.
It's
like,
just what's gonna
boom
be
bap
popular or
stuff.
not.
Yeah.
There are people that you haven't heard of that have followings that make mixes of every genre out there. It's just kind of
Right.
whatever.
Well, look at Griselda with
the
like
big
Conway the
eye
Machine and
looks
Benny the
at.
Butcher and stuff. Like you don't hear about them. Yeah, you don't hear about them much. They're not on the radio. They're never gonna be on the radio. Maybe like some local stations or maybe some satellite stuff. But
One of my dudes
they still have
associated
enough
with my
money.
studio got on the radio. That was pretty sweet.
That's dope.
Did you guys see that short film that Joey Badass was in?
Oh, the
Called
with
Two Distant Strangers.
that cycle or whatever. Like when he died and
Yeah,
he
it's
lived
like-
the same day.
It's like Groundhog Day, but of being killed by a cop.
No, I've seen like clips of it.
I didn't like it at all, but I just looked it up, and apparently it's Oscar winning. I just thought that was weird. I thought it was cringy and like kind of libby, you know?
Yeah. Because it's like there's like few bad apples. We'll just like fix them. kind of
Yeah, and it
thing.
was just super like non-believable and kind of like like
Yeah.
laying it on too thick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the id Paul. Yeah.
Id pull. Yeah.
Damn, I miss Joey Badass. He needs to come out with music.
Ever hear?
Honestly, I think I just have that like boom bap like sound.
listen to his song
Big
with
L.
West Side Boogie.
I liked Badass and All American Badass. Those were.
Did
both
you listen
good.
to his song with West Side Boogie?
Oh,
Oh,
I haven't
man.
heard that one.
He has
Joey
a song with
Badass.
West Side Boogie.
Boogie.
Boogie. It's two O's, so it's boo.
Boogie.
Earth Gang got me excited for a little while. I don't know if anyone knows that.
The baby got me excited for a bit, but
Nah.
after you-
Socialized bass.
after-
What's up?
Before the quarantine.
I'm at school now. The cat is not here. The cat will be. I will see the cat again soon. I am not currently with the cat, sadly.
See, I've heard it.
Odyssey.
Capital Steez, dude, I remember. God damn, I remember when he died. It was-
Yeah. I mean, I honestly
was pretty
didn't know much
Bad
about him
face.
until he died, but it's really tragic because I thought him and Joey Badass, they were part of like the same crew, and I thought
Yeah, they're funny.
there could have
Yeah,
been a good future out of them, you know.
yeah, it was him and Capital Steez that were like the
top of
standouts.
their- Yeah,
The
yeah, for
standouts.
sure.
Yeah. And
Jolah, how's life been? How's the new semester been going?
All right.
wait, are you in grad school or you
Sounds
I'm in
super
school.
confident.
I'm gonna die. Once my internship starts, I'm just gonna give up. I'm just gonna
what do you study? You study like what? Like political science?
public
Like public
policy.
Public policy.
I'm just gonna die. I'm literally just gonna
Super
die.
fun.
It's okay though.
Super fun.
I deserve it.
Well, your
That'll be
place
fun.
looks
Yo,
nice.
Skywings is back. He's in the chat. Yo, Skywings, get in here, bro.
Oh my
Skywings,
God.
hello.
Skywings, I sent you the link to the Discord, or actually I didn't, but it's in the description of the stream.
If you lie to the
Docking
government,
mule,
could put
your
you in
name still
prison. I wonder if Tom McDonald's pro-vaccine or not. I bet he's not.
You know,
He
I
probably
bet
saw
like
a
all those
Facebook post
conservatives,
once.
Tucker, Candace Owens, all them, Ben Shapiro, they're pro-vaccine, but they just don't admit it in public.
100%. Yeah.
It's just, they're shilling. They're shilling
As soon as they had
'Cause
access to the vaccine, they got it.
because it's edgy being anti-vax. It's cool being
Yeah.
anti-vax. It's a personality trait more than actual political.
Bro, I
position.
literally saw a Facebook
It's
post that
huge.
said 10 times more people died from the vaccine than died from COVID. Like, seriously, stop trying to convince me
This
of
is
your...
like-
That's wild.
Seriously. The
Oh,
entire
speaking of,
population
like-
the United States times.
The entire population of the U.S. died already. We're in purgatory.
Hey,
Sure.
since like they're saying shit like that, do you think like Facebook should like limit the, or like Twitter should like stop the spread of like those false claims.
Ban
Because I was
them,
really
ban
thinking
'em
about
all.
that.
Wait, Impulse JF left me to do a hot tub stream? What? Wait, he didn't want to debate so he could do a hot tub stream? Wait a
No way.
second. Wait
Seems
a
like a fair
second.
trade-off.
Oh, wait a
Not
second.
you,
There's
dude.
no
You had a
way.
good
Pull that
conversation.
up. You gotta pull that
Get a
up.
ch-
There is no way. Let me look. How do I find out? It
We're
says
gonna
streaming.
need that
Oh, you
hot
gotta
tub
find his.
stream.
I think his Twitch is linked to his account.
I gotta look it up on Twitch. Okay.
Who's that?
No way he left me to do a hot tub stream. There's no way. It's not even. Wow, I can't find it. Is it Impulse Sports?
Rocking Mule.
What?
How's it going?
It's going well.
Oh, this
How are
isn't
you?
him.
That's cool. I'm doing cool.
How do I
Where
go
are you?
see his?
What state are you
Oh.
from?
I'm from New Jersey.
Sports.
Oh, that's pretty cool. From California, the communist
Nice.
state of California.
Nice. I'm from the socialist state of New Jersey.
Oh, my
Not
comrade.
quite, not
we
quite
have,
there.
Are socialists and communist comrades?
no. 'Cause
Who cares?
eventually
They're both
communists are gonna,
losers.
Jolah with the hot
do
takes.
you know?
What
You know Obama was
the hell?
a socialist just to get girls.
What am I looking at?
College.
Yeah, in college he faked himself being a socialist.
I
so
do
he could get
that.
girls.
That's
guess
what I
Who?
do.
did a lot.
Obama.
Obama, nice.
How did you learn that?
This
It's
is
in
where
his
this guy
book.
went.
Oh,
He said he had to take care of his
Yeah.
daughter. And he wanted to do this.
emergency.
I gotta take care of my daughter. She
Yeah,
must have
his-
been the one in the hot tub.
Discord server.
He's playing Resurgence too. He's garbage.
Hey,
In
play
a
match
hot
with him.
tub.
He
I
was a
should
nice
play with
guy
him.
though. I won't lie. He
he
wasn't
was
like
cool.
so far gone to where he's like.
I'm so good at Warzone. I am way too good at
Ready to play
Warzone
it.
nowadays. That's not good.
You gotta play Minecraft one day.
Joel,
Get
did
the
you
Mm.
whole
hear me?
server.
And
What?
The whole-
Skywing said he's banned in the Discord.
Oh well, I guess he's who's Skywing.
The guy who's
It's the dude that's
other
dropping
Tom
the
McDonald
Anthony
fan.
Fantano slurs.
Oh,
Wasn't it
No,
that one?
no. It was
that's
the other
different guy.
Jola, the other Tom McDonald fan that wanted to come in here.
Wait,
He can
I-
appeal.
he
I
can't be
wonder what he
banned.
did to get banned here.
I don't ban people often.
Preemptive.
often.
Damn, if you don't ban him often, you
I will
ban him
not play
for some
League.
good reason.
Join
Just from
here.
time to time.
Skywings, join there. I wish I had an editor. Maybe I'll make money someday and be able to buy one. I
I'll
don't know how
hook you
people
up.
do it.
Purchase them.
To edit
gotta
out all
sell
the
drugs.
slurs of your shorts.
What do you want
Yeah.
edited?
Nothing. I'm just
Well,
lazy.
Your
That's
mom.
easy then.
I just don't have time to look through all the
I'll
VODs.
take money for nothing.
Yeah, if that's your editing, I'll do it for you.
No,
Nothing. That's
don't
easy.
do it. It's too much work.
Just don't be like Prime, okay? If you do get an editor.
Let's build a socialist utopia in
Fine.
Minecraft where everybody doesn't need to work. Everybody gets a Hasan house. I hate rich people, but I'm gonna buy a huge
Dude,
house.
what's up with that? I didn't.
Dude,
I saw like the headline that he bought a house. Is it ridiculous?
Socialism is when you rent for the landlord forever.
So it was 2.7 million, and supposedly, I mean, I know for a fact his mom already lives with him, but supposedly he has like 3 people living with him, or maybe 2 people with him. But he's got his family with him, and it's in LA. So those factors change it a little bit. I don't
Yeah.
think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah.
He's not
I
a
don't think
sellout.
it changes it much. That's
It's
a
not
bit
like
much.
he's changing his
It's
opinions
not a
either,
sellout.
and like, yeah, dude, like that's what houses cost in LA.
I'm from Ohio though, so when I think of like $1 million house, I'm thinking of,
Right.
like hassles.
Like
Who's
a
this idiot in chat?
thing.
Jordan Morris. Dude, just don't hate facts and you'll be a booming channel with less than 40 people in the live chat. Yeah, do you know why there's less than 40 people in the live chat? Because we're literally sitting here we're not doing literally anything. We are literally
Yeah,
not
we're
doing
talking.
anything right now. I am just sitting here.
Talking is an
Idiot. You know what you're doing? You're watching me do nothing. You are watching me do nothing and you don't even like
There's-
me. Do you know how
There's a reason why
depressing
I'm
that
watching
is?
you.
You know how depressing that is, Jordan Moores? What a freaking Moore's light.
Jordan Moores wants more.
Moore's, like Coors Light, but Moore's Light.
Maybe the cost of watching you is less than the cost of doing something else.
I
So
was
we take it
told
in
to tell
economic
Obama
terms.
voters he'd never take money from lobbyists.
He could be starting his own business right now.
Time's the only true currency.
Yeah.
True. Who's this person in
Bitcoin
chat?
Bitcoin is the only currency.
Bitcoin.
Dogecoin is the only legitimate currency. It
I
should
gotta
be backed up.
change the color for
Federal Reserve should adopt
security
it.
in Discord.
That's the thing he responds to the more part.
God, I gotta go to bed. I'm tired. It's only 8 o'clock though.
You're tired,
Man,
Jolah?
welcome. Who joined?
Tired of debating
Who's K?
Tom Macdonald fans. Takes a toll on the human body.
Yeah, Amanda, good point. He said the wrong thing. He said less than 40 people. He meant more than 40 people. This guy, he's bugging right now. He has no idea what's happening. He'll take it. Oh, Skywings is taking a shower. Then he'll join. Sorry, I'll be off. I'll be in bed
Power
over there.
move, dude.
I'll be sleeping. Yeah,
Power
go. Yeah, he's bragging that he showers. Wow, what a beast! I took 3 showers today already, because I took one in the morning, one after my first running practice, and then another one after my other running practice.
Oh, you do track, right?
I'm killing the planet. Yeah.
Weird flex.
What events you do?
Mid distance.
800? What's your time?
I ran my best time ever is 1:59.
Oh, that's pretty impressive.
It's not
Mine's
good
like
enough.
Mine's like 2:07.
Good job.
Thank you.
Running's fun.
You do the 16 or the 1500?
No,
is it?
not anymore. I'm bad now. I was good in high school. I just run for fun now. I might get
Yeah,
good
I
again.
played a soccer game for the first time in 6 years. I was gassed in 15 minutes. It was so sad.
Ooh, that's depressing.
It was.
I never want to get to that point. I'm just gonna never get old. It's that easy. I'm gonna inject young people blood.
If we get Medicare for all, we're actually going to reverse in age.
It's a good talking point.
Wait.
Might have to hit AOC up with that one.
Wait. Why is there a video? There's a tweet. It says it looks like Destiny had to drop a scheduled debate because he accidentally took meth. Did anybody see this?
Steven?
Wait, for real? I heard
No.
something about that.
Ecstasy. He meant to have ecstasy, but apparently someone sold him meth instead.
Is it?
Bro,
Is it
I
Yeah,
believe-
that's
I
honestly
believe
pretty
that.
common. I won't lie,
nah,
but
this,
Is that
I think
common?
Destiny's sick.
It says
it's
he
not
was
gonna
up
be
for
like
32
life
hours.
ruining for him, though. I won't lie.
A friend of mine told me that sometimes
Oh, on rational
ecstasy-
disconnect. right?
ecstasy pills sometimes have
What am I in
meth
school for? Public
to them.
policy.
to give you like extra.
When is next debate
bit of
stream?
oomph.
Whenever you want to talk. I am not a YouTuber or a streamer, so just tell me when you want to talk. I'm neither of those things. I hop on here
Wait,
at
just-
random times.
This
Just
is
for
a rumor.
clarification,
My
laced
past-
X pills aren't like to supplement X. It's just gonna feel weird.
K Cranberry. So
Wait, were you talking about? I said.
K
Yeah,
Cranberry, my
Destiny.
last 8 streams have all been at different times of the day. I've done a 8 o'clock stream, a 10 o'clock stream, a 2 a.m. stream. I've done a 9 a.m. stream. I've done a 12 p.m. stream. I've done this stream starting at like 6 p.m. I have no schedule.
I like this.
do not
stream,
care.
Jolah. This is ideal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's because you're on it. That's why you like it. That's why you
Can we
like
get
it.
Jordan in here to talk?
Jordan Peterson?
No, Jordan Morse. He keeps responding. I mean, it seems like he wants to have a conversation.
He's
Right?
sitting right now. He's like,
He said you're smart, Joel.
I mean,
Says
more
you're
than
cute.
wait, what are you even
Jordan.
talking about, Jordan? I meant more than 40. You're right. See, I can admit when I'm wrong. You said the
Right.
wrong. Admitting you're wrong doesn't mean you admit a freaking typo. That's not the same. Oh my god, you're
I admit
smart
my
and
fingers are fat.
yo. My favorite Tom
Literally stepping
McDonald
over a
comments.
swig of a bar.
You know what the good Tom McDonald? I'm gonna get off after this, but the good Tom McDonald comments are the ones that like compliment me, as they're like trying to tear me apart. They're like, you may be intelligent and good looking, but I hate you. I love those. Those are great comments. Anyways, good night, everybody. I'm gonna go
Good
sleep.
night.
Take it easy.
Good night.
Everybody, thank you for all talking.
Take care. Don't take ecstasy.
Yeah, watch
Yeah,
out.
shout out to Destiny. Just came back from shower. Too bad. We'll talk another time. Good luck.
That's fake, isn't it? With Destiny.
I gotta run
That's a
tomorrow
girl's
early.
name.
Going to bed. Yep, it is a girl's name. All right, goodbye. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye. I have to.